kind of scrungle sack are you if you don't
It
go
was
in
a
on
TV
stream?
count-in. 3, go.
What's up, party people? Welcome to tonight's episode of A Sinner's Dream, where we're a bunch of chuckle fucks all the time doing stupid shit. Playing, a Noir set campaign using 5th edition rules, because I'm a hack.
It's a cool concept, though.
I don't know about because you're a hack.
We don't have cars.
You could.
I feel like
Mac has
this
a car.
session.
Mac
we buy
has a
Mac
truck.
has a truck. Yeah.
Mac has a truck.
He's got a Mac truck.
That's half the joke.
That's great.
Is that the joke? Oh my
That's
god,
half the
I'm
joke.
so smart.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Foundry VTT, the
Can I
most
get a
powerful
motorcycle?
tool for
Hot.
You should.
You know who has a motorcycle?
Like 1920s too. Like a
Demon Dude has a motorcycle. Whatever his name is.
James.
Jeffrey James.
James. The
like
absolutely
1920s.
useless.
Yeah, I got like an old like R100 like BMW cafe racer. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah.
Good.
It's the best tool for all of your D&D and or other tabletop
Let's just
role-playing
become
game
a
needs.
motorcycle gang. Let's not even be detectives anymore.
This episode is brought to you by our collective ADHD.
Royal Enfield.
It's only
What's the matter,
like-
Chuck? You okay, Chuck?
He's gonna kill us.
I'm gonna fucking murder all of you. Welcome to the last episode of A Sinner's
Good
Dream.
luck.
Anyway,
I mean, do you really want Carl to come back?
Foundry.
Foundry's
do.
cool.
Great.
The
Go
internet
buy
does.
it. It's a huge space. Chuck hasn't used like all of his thing, and he's bought like the whole super Titchazzle
that's
universe.
Forge.
Well, just
You're
Adelaide,
on the
keep
wrong
going.
one.
Keep going. Just
Wait,
take it.
Am I on Foundry? Isn't that the same thing?
No, Forge and Foundry are two different things.
One of them's the VTT, and the
Wait,
other
are you-
Adelaide takes notes on what we do in the game, not
Wait,
on
are you
the
for real?
production.
Yeah.
They're not the same
used,
thing?
They're used together. They're used together.
What's Forge?
Close.
So
Forge is
Forge,
where
I'm glad
you
you asked.
I'm glad you asked, Adelaide. Forge is where you host your Foundry instance because you
Server.
can use. It's an instance server. I don't give.
Is it the same company but just two
I'm
different
explaining
names?
to her.
No,
you
it's
guys.
not. Gonna lose my mind.
As your manager, I advise you to stop talking.
Thanks, babe.
That got on the fucking recording.
Listen, I'm very pretty. Okay, that's it. That's all you get.
That was amazing.
We'll fix it in post. It's fine.
I need that. I need that as a sound clip that I can just plug into Foundry. Anyway, yeah,
God.
no, Foundry, best VTT, go get it. Forge, best place to host your Foundry server. Just I need everybody. Yeah,
Just gonna say, there's a
let's see
lot
what
of support for Carl right now in the chat. That's all I'm saying.
Don't tempt him.
I will.
I don't even
if-
remember what I was doing.
Spend your elf eggs. You can get dice, and you can also kill Chuck in real life. So
Orchestrate.
if you have enough elf eggs, we will hire someone. Just
Orchestral.
Let's just go through all the bits. Orchestrate, elf eggs.
Can I? What if I mean, is that legal? I mean, I don't think you can use Twitch
listen.
currency.
I didn't ask if it was legal or not. I'm just saying that that's what we offer. Okay. Anyway, also, Max Homebrew and a whole bunch of other shit is made by
Heavy Arms.
Heavy Arms. It's pretty cool. Max is super OP, and we're all jealous.
It's really not.
It's
OP.
OP.
I could kill him pretty easily, actually, if I really.
Okay,
wanted
he's
to.
maybe squishy, but he packs a punch. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
he does
No,
some cool shit.
Once I get that adamantium.
And we do our music with Spotify. What is it?
No, we do not.
We definitely do not do that. We get it with tabletop audio.
Tabletop
Tabletop
Audio,
Audio.
Midnight Syndicate, Michael Gelfi, et al.
Thank you.
And apparently I'm in rare form, so, there you go. That's it. That's all we got. So let's start the show. We're the radio recap. Let's roll it.
You know in the VOD.
Everybody! Are you still feeling a little miserable and upset? Phil, did you have a C64 service? I'm going to call a manager. Take it easy, Walt. What's mostly wrong is your grouse. I'm sorry, Phil.
This is Kasmar Radio News. I am Cooper Castleberry. A fire in the industrial district has left 8 dead. The cause is still under investigation. The jowl stalks are on the move. After 2 weeks of constant losses, it seems we may have green in our future. The first day open saw a massive spike in buy-in to the index, meaning major movement in banknotes for a lot of investors. It's a suspense-filled night in Kasmar. Having finally met in the flesh on proper terms, Mac has it coming. His deal with the Vapor won't keep him or his other friends safe for long. And now to Vesper with finance.
Sponsors.
Yeah, I just got an email. We're gonna have to pivot.
Welcome back, party people.
Adelaide, recap last week.
So why are you laughing? This isn't funny. This is serious. Chuck.
This is serious.
I will bet any.
Why so serious?
I will bet any money.
You have it's from a show from forever and a year ago.
Oh wow, it's from a show from forever and a year. Okay. Anyway,
any money
so
that
we
this
actually
is
started
not
with
that
our character
serious.
recaps, which was great. Loved that. Good timing. Matt goes to the dragon's lair and talks to Grandma. She is not aware of the red dragon attacks. Keelong is the red dragon's name. She's like, okay, you go kill him, and I'll give you a scroll of resurrection for your girlfriend and your friend Veda's mom. That's fun. So we meet back with Mac. Mac gives me the soul crystal, and I have one of the best scenes of my career so far. Resurrecting my mom. Turns out she's in with the bad guys, and has been essentially helping to kidnap children. Super fun.
She didn't know that.
Okay, fair. But she knew that
She
they were
hand-waved
kidnapping
the kidnapping of children.
She knew people were getting kidnapped. Anyway, everybody else goes to the stock market. They meet with James, who is scary and hot. Triple underlined right there. It's blurry, but it's there. And he gives us... It's triple underlined. And he gives us pointers.
It was blurry, like Veda's vision, or like Adelaide's vision.
She starts sweating all of a sudden. And who to talk to. And I did take notes on who to talk to and what the pointers were, but y'all should know because, you were there. And if you don't, then tough titties, I guess. So. And that was last week.
Does anybody else have anything else to add?
No, I think Adelaide and her perfect, concise, and oh so humble recap really nailed it.
Listen, I had a good sesh last week. That was a good role playing for me, all right?
James being hot really was the most important thing.
Really, it was the most important.
Truly.
I had that in my notes.
As long as that was
underlined.
Yeah.
So.
He's hot.
I think I put it in mine too, actually. Yeah.
James is hot.
He's got like a southern accent. Ooh.
Can I just be the BBEG now? Can I just be the bad guy? Can I?
We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Beta's hitting on another
You already are.
again.
Another and a tiefling and now a straight up devil.
She can't help but be bad, Jason. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, let me tell you what I'm gonna do about it.
Yeah, so as you all leave the market, back out into that semicircle, full circle of buildings out in the streets, the light is starting to dim down a little bit as we're getting into a bit of a later afternoon. What's the plan? What are we doing? Where are we going? Who are we seeing?
First off, I pull Wilhelm to the side.
You pull off Wilhelm?
Yeah, I almost said that. Action.
He's finally getting laid. It's great.
Look, I know Veda's just, drooling over everybody else. Pip will take care of it. No, not at all.
Oh my god.
You could do worse. 20 charisma.
Yeah. I just side note, did that guy really just tell me not to hide in the middle of a room?
Pip, I don't understand any of what just happened and why we, under any circumstances, just endeared ourselves to another entity.
Well, I thought he was gonna be useful, but he just said, "Oh, maybe don't hide in an open room." Good job.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
great.
And then pointed
Excellent
us to
plan.
Mac's buddy, who Mac already knew. Great, this was worth it. I'm glad now.
Great connection.
I'm glad now that Harold is bound to this thing with some sort of chain.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as important point of order, as Harold walked away with that like chain, he also hit his non-detection tattoo just for fun.
Reasonable.
Yeah. That was it. That was my sidebar.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Good observation, Pip. Great work.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I think it was important to go, but I'm really sorry that was what we came for.
Your mother has to have someone better to help us out with this.
I don't know. I mean, I assume it's important. We're gonna meet him again. Hopefully, he's more useful. I guess.
I think I need to take a walk. Where are we all staying tonight, by the way? Are we staying at the Brownstone? Or are we staying at the...
I plan to go
Scrungles.
home.
The Scrungle Shack?
Yeah. Yes.
Big Scrungles.
Scrung Shack, baby, Scrung Shack.
The Brownstone does have notably less blood on the floors.
And actually, in a way, more security.
Fair.
We do need to do something with that place at some point.
Yeah.
But
I would agree. I think we just have a bit more pressing concerns, and if we're going to die tomorrow, I'd like to sleep in some relative comfort.
Yeah. We'll let Scrungle get set up, and then once he is established, then we can kind of build the upper floors.
great. Well, I'll meet you all back there.
Where are you going?
I just need to walk for a bit. Yep.
But we are kind of like, you want company? You want backup? I got you.
I'm already walking.
Okay, I got you back. Let's go. Jogging to keep up.
Harold knows well enough that he's not going to be able to follow Wilhelm without Wilhelm noticing.
Oh no, I'm just trotting along.
So Harold's just gonna say, you know what, he's probably right, fuck it. And Harold just needs to purchase a spell component or two.
Yeah. Go.
Copper, wait, are we meeting? Copper's uncomfortable all the time. Are we like breaking for the evening and reconvening tomorrow, or?
I guess
No
we
one
have,
has said
I
anything.
think,
Okay.
We have to meet James, I think, later tonight.
Right. Okay. All right.
No, Mac has to meet James later tonight. I don't have to meet James anywhere.
Yeah, but they're meeting at Larry's. Let's
Of
just
course.
show them where everyone goes.
James loves lasagna. James loves a good lasagna.
He loves the little triangle mozzarellas.
Reminds him of his whip-like tail.
No, I know they're
Wow,
immune
that
to
made me
fire,
nauseous.
but like if I buried his head in a fryer later.
It'd probably be annoying.
might be
Copper's
delicious.
going to
Only if
I
it's
think-
peanut oil.
just go around to where he last saw Elaine and see. Wait, when was that conversation? That was like yesterday, right?
That was this morning.
This morning? Oh my god, time is weird.
It was this
Okay,
morning at Biltmore.
Very busy day.
great. Yeah, okay. I think Copper's gonna go on a little walk of his own, a little nostalgia walk, feeling uneasy about what's to come.
Okay.
Kind of wants to like just be in the city again. I think he's actually going to do it as a cat so that he doesn't get bothered. So I think he's going to wild shape into a cat and go for a walk.
Okay. Cool. Veda, what's your plan for the evening?
Veda was planning on, I think, meeting everybody back at the apartment. So
Veda was planning on going down to the stock market and finding James.
Yeah, she doesn't even know who James is.
That's the
Adelaide
joke.
is though. Adelaide is definitely interested.
Adelaide has crushed the fourth wall in order
Yeah.
to go through into Kasmar.
Veda who?
And just
No, I think Veda actually is going to go to the Lilies on her way back to probably Harold's house.
Okay, great. Let's start with Wilhelm.
Yep.
And Pip. Where are you guys going? Are you guys just going for a walk? Anything in particular you want to go do?
Yeah, I think again I just needed to literally blow off some steam. Yeah, so because I'm not happy with that interaction at all, and despite the fact that I want nothing to do with it, I will still have to go to this meeting because I'm me. So I'm probably just gonna like fume and but Pip would notice immediately that I'm just taking a long way to the office.
Any stores catch your eye on the way?
So I mean, have we met? I'm not a consumer.
You're just mad until we found a shop. You're like, actually, you can use one of these.
Yeah, that's this one that says adamantium armor for sale, like outside.
Hey, have you ever heard of a credit card?
A what?
I don't know. It's a credit card.
Yes, apparently it's a representation of currency that you have sort of unknown until you pay it back. I've never had one myself, but
Oh, okay.
several clients have. I've seen them before.
So I always thought you could just not go back to the shop, so you just kind of get something for free unless you go back and you gotta pay for it. But now that you say it,
No, it makes it
kinda
easier. You don't have to carry your notes around with you, yeah?
okay.
Or perhaps you don't have all the money just now and you want to pay it back slowly. I think that's the point. But as far as I'm aware, it's interest rates and things it's a dangerous, it's a slippery slope, like many things you discuss.
Well, that's more real and less fun than I thought it was. Do you need anything before we go visit a dragon?
Well, we need many things, I think, Pip, but we need information. I'm not,
Fair, yeah.
to be clear, I'm not going to just kill this dragon because the Vapor is requesting it. I'm going to
Kill the dragon because of the children?
Well, I'm going to find out what is being done with the children and if the dragon is actually responsible. We have the word of one kobold. Yeah?
And all of the dead kobolds that are missing.
What?
Yeah, they're down to like a handful of white kobolds.
Oh.
Maybe 2 handfuls. And they
So I
kind
have
of
the
know
word.
that...
So we have the word of the Vapor, who maybe engaged in her own conflict with this Quailong, yeah?
Yeah.
And is now telling us, oh yeah, he's totally killing children, we have to get him, right? And now we are just hired guns. We don't even know if it's the truth.
Well, we found out about that from the red kobolds. And then we told the Vapor.
We don't have very good verifiable information, and we need more of it.
I mean, I heard Veda really kind of put the lean on that guy and didn't really give them much reason to lie.
I mean, have you spent time with Veda? I mean, it's just not the...
You're right, it was probably like a gentle...
I don't think she has it in her to torture another living thing.
More like a gentle chat, and the guy just felt so bad to give up the information.
She is fairly endearing, yes.
She did give me a really hard time about, just barely touching that other guy. I cut him a little bit, and she was really upset. So you're right, she's not...
Yeah, she yelled at me once. I was for punching a fire elemental. I mean,
Yeah,
come
that
on.
would be really hypocritical.
Construct. It's not even a living thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I guess Mac was probably just exaggerating. That would be really hypocritical.
Yeah, he's been trying to get at me somehow. I don't see the connection still, but
Yeah. Okay. Well.
You ever eaten there?
No, I don't eat many places.
You hungry? I could go for a
Yeah.
soft pretzel.
Yeah. I've always wanted to try a crescent.
A what?
The crescent, the Cruy soon. Croy? That,
The LaCroix.
Yeah. I think it's that one. It's like shaped like the moon. It's fluffy.
A crescent it is.
Listen, Pip, have you ever been to a Cinnabon? You should pick up some.
Is that the one where the pastry is the size
I don't know why I'm suddenly Russian or like vaguely Middle Eastern. I don't know where it's going with that.
Pip at a Cinnabon would be like that
Listen,
meme
fuck you.
where you give like a Starburst to a Victorian child. Like,
Yeah.
Pip, let us,
I mean, really.
let us away to our new sponsor, Auntie Anne's Pretzels.
Welcome, overlords.
Not sponsored by Auntie
Great. Fantastic. Harold, what kind of materials are you looking for?
Well, now that's an interesting question. So I am wondering, because it mechanically speaking in Kasmar, there's some debate as to whether any measurable amount of divination magic works in Kasmar. Would I know? Jesus Christ! Sorry, my dog is going absolutely nuts right now. It's wild. Would I know if, like, because I've cast Detect Thoughts, I've cast Locate, or Copper's cast Locate Object and Locate Creature.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know if Scrying would work, at least situationally?
Scrying absolutely works as long as it's
Okay.
local.
Like local, as in like on.
Like you can't, like you're like, you would know that there's something, and now that you're aware of certain situations, you would know that scrying outside of Kasmar tends to come back with ill effects.
Well, I'm very cautious of ill effects of divination magic as a character. I have a very long history of being cautious at all times when using divination magic.
But for clarity, for sake of clarity, things like commune, like trying to connect to something that isn't
like
going to
the
be the
literal divination spell.
Yeah. Divination is like 50-50. Sometimes it works. I beyond, like, legend lore would work.
Okay.
Like,
I am on a mission to learn legend lore, but the scrying is of more of greater import at the moment, and so I would like to procure a focus with which to cast that.
Okay.
It's like 1,000 gold worth of like a crystal or a mirror, or
no, it's just a focus worth at least 1,000 gold, such as those things.
Yeah. It's so I go to the Apple store.
Okay, so I think he's been talking to me about some other stuff recently too. I think if that's the case, if that's kind of what you're going for here, let me see if I can find it real quick. This won't take long. I would say that you could probably find I will allow you to choose between an astromancy archive that would count as such a thing, costing 8,000 gold pieces, gold notes, or
8,000.
8,000. Mm-hmm. Or a +2 arcane grimoire worth the same amount. That would act in a similar nature.
You bastard.
Pick one.
You absolute bastard. What? So is Astromancy Archive, is that like another thing that I just don't know about out of game, or is that like...
It is from Tasha's. It has it's one of the books that came in Tasha's for wizards specifically. It gives you a handful of spells for free that you'll be able to copy all your other spells into. It gives you some that aren't typically on the wizard spell list, which is kind of neat. And it gives you the ability to trade out one of your prepared wizard spells for a minute using a charge, but it has to be a divination spell that you trade to. And you can basically give somebody guidance as a reaction using a charge. So,
you bastard. I'm gonna have to have a think about that.
Okay.
Harold would have an answer immediately, but Justin does not. So, yeah, we'll figure that out.
Great, fantastic.
Just deduct 8,000 gold right now.
Yeah, either way, it's 8K
from our million point or 1.5 million gold.
Hey, we got a home base now. It's gonna get expensive fast. Keep track.
I gave you guys that much money on purpose.
We live on the Upper West Side, apparently. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Was there anything else that you wanted to grab?
Well, originally I wanted to grab something to spike Adelaide's constitution, but I realized that Adelaide's constitution is as high as it can be with any without any magical bullshit.
She's healthy.
So I could literally only raise it to 19, which would do 0. And so
that's why I found it interesting. Whenever you were like, let's get this, I was like,
Well, I wasn't metagaming looking at her character sheet until the middle of the week.
Proud of
you. And of course, also above game, knowing that she's about to be immune to poison and disease. The other part of that doesn't help either. So for now, I am satisfied. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know.
Okay. Fantastic. Copper. Shifting into a cat. Where are
I'm
we
gonna go on a stupid walk for his stupid mental health. Is what he's doing. Probably around having this sort of mounting concern for the kids. I think he's gonna walk around where he's used to seeing them, but not necessarily trying to go out of his way. I don't think he wants to alarm them by checking in on them twice in one day. He knows that would be really, really weird.
Okay. Just a minute. All right, so as you are kind of prancing along, give me a perception check, please.
Oh. It's 12.
Okay. 12.
All your friends are dead.
Worst day ever.
So are you looking specifically for Devin? Or are you looking for just any of them?
Devin, kind of like a special eye out for Devin or any trace of him, but also just all of them, because now he's like, wait, if one of them's gone, are the other ones going to be next?
Okay. So going through the usual haunts, there's a handful of parks that they tend to hang out at that are near that are kind of perfectly placed near a couple of different food squares in Kasmar, in particular near the in the industrial district. There's one that's in the that's like prime location for most homeless kids. In the residential portion of everything, that is perfectly spaced between like 4 different bakeries that all toss their old bread out at the end of the night. And there's one in particular that you know of that you showed these 3 kids. That was a little bit more secluded near a pizza parlor that also happens to toss out like canned soda. And so like as the night wears on, you would go like at the end of the night, you would go by, pick up like like basically a 6-pack of soda, bring it back over to the park with a handful of like boxes of half-eaten pizza and have yourselves a ball, right?
It's a feast.
Going there, as you just kind of like do so, people throw out canned soda, JD. Shut it. Sometimes it just goes bad. Anyway, you've never opened up a can of soda?
They're the ugly cans. They're the ugly cans.
They're the ugly cans.
The ones that go all
They're dented in and they don't have proper fucking fizzy.
He made the sound instead. Oh God.
I don't know what the problem is. Anyway,
please help. Send help.
Anyway, so you go there as you're kind of like expecting to see them there. And sure enough, make a stealth check for me, please, because all 3 of them are going to be on high alert.
No, I think they're going to see me. That's a 9.
Okay. So underneath one of the like bigger portions that's kind of like more enclosed, there is a wooden board that you know is loose, that you knocked loose yourself, that allows enough space for a handful of people to kind of like cuddle up tightly inside and stay warm whenever it gets cold in Kasmar. Rainy days oftentimes lead to cold nights. So as you are kind of like there, you can see that board is loose, and you can see all 3 of them in there currently looking over the top of one of them that is laying prone. And as you kind of approach, padding along, Elaine, like that fair-skinned Elaine, kind of looks up and over and just goes, Copper's here. And like the one that's laying down kind of scoots up. And as you get close, you realize that it was Devin, kind of like laying down.
I'll shift back to human. What are you whispering about?
Are you getting in close, or are you just kind of like standing out there waiting?
I'm like, hello.
Peeking inside, Devin's face is beaten and battered, and his shirt has been torn open, and he's currently like trying to get the overcoat buttoned back together. Nothing. Don't worry about it. We're fine. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine.
I'm crawling in.
Come. Just
tuck my gangly legs up and everything to fit inside. Just total egg.
Hey.
One of you better start talking. Something's up.
Elaine shrugs, and Eddie just kind of bites his cheek and looks away.
I'm gonna like very cautiously, since I know that Devin looks fucked up, like reach over to him, and I'm just gonna touch his shoulder, and I'm gonna put a cure wounds into him.
Okay.
For 11 points of healing.
As you kind of go to reach for his shoulder, he flinches back for a second before you actually grab a hold. What's it look like for Copper to cast Cure Wounds? Spore boy.
It looks, it's a little fucked up looking, like everything else that he does. It's almost like when his hand goes down, like, I've thought about this so many times and I've never said it out loud. But like this dark slime mold kind of almost like seeps like out and almost like latches his hand on for a second. And then it kind of like seeps back in after.
You watch as like through those kind of swollen portions of his face, you can see small tendrils of that black kind of go in, and then as it does, the swelling goes down a bit before it sucks back into your hand, and you can feel that like the pulsing of what would feel like a bruise on your palm as you literally take that that swelling, that punch, that whatever he took to the face out.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Who did this to you? No bullshit. Who?
I got caught up the hill. Marcy got me.
Mercy?
Make a history check.
That's 13.
You've heard the name Marcel before, but you're not quite positive where from.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of think about it for a few more moments before you start to speak, and you remember it from a recent dream that everybody had. Marcel was, I believe he was mentioned. Adelaide can confirm that. She's checking her notes, which is great.
The Dragonborn?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But on a 13, other than that, that's about all you get. That's the closest thing that you to anything close to what he's talking about here that you can come up with. I was just up the hill, digging around at that little cafe up there. They have the good hot chocolate whenever they throw it out, you know. The good chocolate that melts good. But you know, I was up there and he and a couple of buddies cornered me and asked me what I was doing there, and I didn't have a good excuse, and so got out of there, but barely.
I'm glad you got out. I don't want to leave you guys out here anymore.
It's fine. I just won't go up the hill again. It was I'm not supposed to go up there anyway. You know, it's on me. Melanie is just like, yeah, it's on him. He knows not to go up the hill. We told him plenty of times not to go up the hill.
I did, but it's just getting more dangerous out there. You have to be careful. It's getting worse. Okay, remember when I was first getting to know you kids? I told you that it was really bad. It's worse now.
Eating kids.
There may be somebody eating kids.
It's fucked up.
Which is why I'm here checking on you for the second time today. Listen.
We're okay. We're okay here.
How far is it to Fitwilds?
From here, probably good. Well, considering you guys are you could probably get there In an hour.
And when am I supposed to be back at the Brownstone?
About an hour.
About an hour? And those are not the same place.
No.
Nowhere near.
Different places.
Okay. Fuck.
I mean, you're not supposed to be at the Brownstone at any particular time.
How long would it take me to
you're
get from
grown man.
Fenwilds to the Brownstone?
It would take you about to go from where you were at to Fenwilds to the Brownstone, approximately an hour and 45 minutes. And that's if you didn't stop and say, hey, trying to make sure the situation is handled.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna collect these kiddos up, and we're going there, and I'm gonna have a terrible surprise.
Oh, by the way, I came with children.
Sorry.
Thanks for taking me in.
You could also take them to the Scrungle Shack.
That's probably a better idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's wild that that's a good idea.
It's so good. Leave them around magical. Yeah, a goblin who'll totally just chop their hand off or touch shit. It's a great idea.
Okay, I'm gonna make them pick. I have two ideas where I could maybe take you to keep you safer. One of them potential to be a little more long term, but there's like a guy there and you can't touch his shit, okay? Because it won't be good. So can I take you somewhere? If I take you somewhere, do you promise not to touch that guy's shit? Because I can't make any promises when I'm not there, how that's gonna go.
All of them just kind of look at each other. Shrug, yeah, sure.
Okay.
There's an Otyug that will literally kill them if they do the thing. Just, you fought one now. You can tell.
Yeah.
Dude's just really into his boxes. Don't fuck with his boxes, all right?
Okay.
The upstairs is unrenovated. You guys grab some boxes. That's where you're staying.
Maybe a mop while you're there.
Yeah, let's teach them the value. No, we're gonna teach kids the value of hard work. If they get a mop for every blood stain they clean up, we'll give them a silver.
Pip, twice in one session. I am so proud of you.
Okay, we're gonna go to the Struggle Shack then.
Going to the Scrungle Shack.
We're going to the
Scrungle
Scrungle
Shack is
Shack.
significantly closer. It's only about a 20-minute walk for
Great.
The four of you. Wonderful. As you go into all right, I'm not even gonna role play it. They're cool with it. If you want to roll insight checks on these guys to see if they're gonna check out the boxes at least, it feels like something they might do. Roll an insight check.
I'm gonna roll an insight check. I rolled a natural one.
For a total
for a total of 5. So I think I'm not supposed to know.
Yeah, no, they're very much like, dude, I'm gonna touch this box. He's just boxes, bro. Alright.
It's not worth it. Okay, I promise. Is there any food there? Or should I grab some on the way?
You should probably grab some on the way.
Okay, I'll grab something on the way. Something decent. Like a hot meal that I exchange money for is what I mean by decent.
Okay. Are you looking for like a street vendor? Or are you looking for
like just like some hot dogs or something. Something quick.
Some Zieglers.
Sure.
Okay, it's how many are you gonna get? Because it's 30 gold notes a piece.
Insight check that because that vendor's fucking lying to you.
That sounds like a lot.
Just kidding. No, it's fine. Mark off like 2 gold notes.
All right.
And you feed them for the evening.
Do it up with sauerkraut and stuff.
Possibly in the evening, and possibly the next morning. Even morning hot dogs, breakfast of champions.
As we're walking in, I'll be like, "This is Scrungle. Don't fuck with him.
Someone's been listening to Hideous.
I can't protect you."
You just
Scrungle? They're just gonna be upstairs. Don't be mean to them. Please.
don't touch my stuff.
See?
Let's get a bite.
That's it. Only rule. They don't have money.
Gotta remember, I'm a shopkeeper now, so I gotta. You can touch it if you're gonna buy it.
There's no box popping? He must be depressed.
Something's wrong.
How does Scrungle
Something's wrong.
how does Scrungle have better character development than the rest of us?
Wow.
I'll take them up into a room.
Okay. It's just like a flat room at the moment. There's nothing there. There, like, there might be an extra couple of boxes still in the corner from Scrungle, but for the most part, it's empty.
Just stay inside. Stay safe. Be back later.
There's a bathroom with a shower.
Social distance. Yeah.
Absolutely losing their mind over the fact, like they're Elaine looks like she's gonna question you about it, and decides against it, and it's gonna come up later.
Okay, y'all good? Clean up if you want. Okay.
Like the place? So you mean like ourselves?
I mean, I'm sure the others would be incredibly grateful if you scrubbed anything, but I'm not expecting that of you.
Sweet, because I don't want to.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. But yourselves,
Not even
sure.
for a Scooby snack?
By all means.
Great. So you head back to the brownstone after this. Beta.
Yes.
What'd you have planned again? You said
She's headed to the Shaded Lilies.
Right. Right. We talked about this.
Yes. Is he typing something? Is he typing to me? Probably.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what are you doing out with the lilies? Veda?
Veda spends her free time also volunteering at the Lilies, of course. And she is going to go and see if she can get a favor on them loaning her some diamonds.
Okay.
Or at least some more potent potions.
Okay. Sure. So going down into the Lilies, it is almost somber. You've gotten a little bit used to this since the whole explosion fiasco situation.
Just call it what it is, Wilhelm.
Yeah, it's Wilhelm.
Getting down into the Lilies and having been there, like volunteering what little bit of time you can down in the Lilies for whatever reason you may come up with. You would know that they have planted the bodies up top in a building and set it on fire. And use kind of an anagram for the Shaded Lilies to the best of their abilities without being quite so forward with it.
Sure.
Now it's just a matter of rebuilding what was lost, and there really wasn't a whole lot physically lost outside of some information, and people. The desks have been rearranged a little bit into a little bit more of a spaced out, it's a bit more of a series of space out rather than everything kind of clumped together in this massive cavern. And there are currently mages that are actively digging into the walls to make another cavern for new office spaces that are all going to be individualized, and a new place for the tower, the leaning towers of papers that they have consistently been having issues with. Bruce is no longer like actively studying the crystal right now. With him actually having the reins on the Shade of the Lilies, a little bit more active in their everyday kind of going ons, things are a little bit more succinct. Things are a little bit more organized. If something's not getting done, he's doing it instead of like waiting for somebody else to take it and pick it up like he has been for since you've known him. Where do you think Veda would be volunteering the most in this situation?
I mean, because like everybody's either dead or probably healed up from then.
For the most part,
yeah. She'd probably be helping out with like just secretary work, just like paperwork, like filing shit, tidying it up. The grudge work, like she doesn't have any problem doing grudge work.
Nurse manager.
Yeah.
Writing schedules.
She's definitely like the head nurse in her place.
Okay, so you'd probably be working more alongside like Emma.
Yeah.
Dealing with some of that situation. Okay, cool, great. That's probably a great person to be working with in terms of trying to get a hold of some of the diamonds and or potions. Roll a persuasion check, please.
Ooh, I can do that. Okay. I can't do that very well, but we're gonna try. Okay, a 15.
15 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 0, so not bad roll. I can pay it back. I'll bring him back as soon as I can.
Well, how many are you trying to take? How many gold notes worth?
Even if I could just get one, that would be ideal. Wait, do I need 2 diamonds? How many revivified diamonds? Is it just 1 diamond?
It's a number of diamonds equal to 300 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would tell her I don't know how to phrase that in magic terms. Whatever.
Okay. She will give you 600 gold notes worth of diamonds. And something that you and I kind of went back and forth about. She will give you an infuser that will allow you to do it for double the cost.
Oh, that's handy. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Revivify thing.
Technically, anybody could use it for double the cost.
Right.
But it's
just like for a non-magical user.
For a non-magical
you just need
user.
like extra diamonds, basically. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so I would.
It'll take a fairly hefty medicine check to be able to use it correctly.
Okay.
So just give it to Wilhelm and Copper.
Yeah. Right. Whew. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, you are a nurse, and I don't think Bruce will notice they're gone.
He won't notice. I'll bring it back as soon as I can. And hopefully we won't even have to use them.
What are you doing?
What
do you need these for?
You don't want to know.
I really do. Workman's comp and all that.
You really don't. It's above stuff. It's not Shady Lily's business. It's
Shady Lily stuff is above stuff. What do you mean?
It's dragons. Dragons.
What do you mean dragons?
That's why I didn't want to tell you.
No, I don't understand. What do you?
Can I run an insight check on her? I know I trust her, but this is like big. It's big stuff.
Is Emma the office goss?
Yeah, roll the insight check.
Oh.
Not good. Oh Lord.
For a total of
11.
Okay. So
if I tell you have to promise not to tell anyone.
You know that she is a bit of a gossip. That is absolutely correct. But it's usually only with higher ups, not with work people.
But I still don't know if we can trust everybody.
But she's also HR and knows how to keep a secret when it's necessary.
But it has to deal with Pip. and Pip's grandmother, and we're trying.
Pip has a grandmother?
Well, you have to ask him that. I'm not at liberty to say really, but
I thought he was an orphan.
well, as it turns out, he might still be just in a.
Are you gonna kill his grandma?
No. She's tasked us
Yes.
with. Yes.
Yes.
No, she's tasked us with something very
Yes.
dangerous, and
Veda, you're chasing your own tail on the. What does Pip's grandma have to do with a dragon? And why are you killing his grandma? And when did he get a grandma? And what do you mean he might be an orphan? Why do you need things to bring people back to life?
Well, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but he's the Prince of Kasmar. So just
What does that even mean? We are a republic.
I love her so much. She's me. I'm crying.
Emma is now Adelaide's
poofy
backup
everything.
character.
Oh my god. This is why I didn't want to tell you, Emma. Okay.
This just in, Adelaide doesn't tell herself anything.
I don't. It's why I don't. You can't tell me nothing. I blab all of Robert's secrets. Yeah, she's just like, I can't.
We know.
Ask. I know you know. You just have to ask Pip, all right? But this is very important. It's top secret.
I'm so confused, and if
I'll tell you everything when we get back. How about that? Fair?
That's not fair, because I'm probably going to hear about it before you get back.
Well,
if it has to do with dragons and killing a grandma,
ooh, you know what you
probably
can do?
going to hear about it.
You know what you can do? Does the lilies have any contact with the outside? Like, do you have
Yes, I live up there. We all live up there. Well, like 99% of us live up there.
I just know. I know that you're in charge of all of the communications and things. It sounds crazy, but if you could tomorrow, or even this evening, if you could see about setting out some kind of rumor that out of character, what rumor should we come up with? I don't know. Something about the dragon eggs, maybe? I don't know. I should have thought about this before. Team, help me out here.
I don't even know what you're trying to achieve.
Okay. She was okay. Sorry, listen. My ADHD has kicked in like full blast today. All right. Veda and Adelaide are thinking of a way like the lilies can spread out some kind of rumor, or like a flyer or something that helps with the diversion that we have planned.
We don't have much of a plan as of yet.
Well, we don't have any.
I know.
Plan.
I think the only thing I was thinking of is that there's got to be a reason that you and Harold are at the casino, right? It's to get that VIP access for when we Ocean's 11 this thing. So I don't know. Maybe the Bennetts and Johnsons are going in on a joint venture, potentially looking to open a casino or open a hospital up on the mountain or something. I don't know. Whatever you people do.
Some kind of business business partnership at all with the dragons. Like,
you did literally just start a rumor that Pip is now the Prince of Kasmar as well.
Yeah, she didn't know how to explain it. Okay, I didn't.
I'm sure that's gonna piss off some dragons.
See, I like that you're trying to be pragmatic, because I just would have literally gone right up to her face and said, "We're gonna go kill 2 dragons," because the odds are Emma would just not believe it, and then you just walk away and it's all over.
Wow. But yes, I'll tell her that.
Oh, you're so silly.
Spreading the word about like the Bennett and the Johnson family going into business together.
What does this have to do with dragons, Pip's grandma dying by your hand?
I said I'd tell you later. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you when we get back. If you stop asking me, I will tell you. But not right now. Thank you for the diamonds.
We're going to kill 2 dragons.
It's so much. It's so much.
Listen, it's a lot more when you're actually doing it. I'll tell you that much. So, maybe you can just suck it up for now, and I'll be back.
Murder is kind of a lot.
Crimes.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that wholeheartedly. Elderly murder is definitely like up there with a lot.
Not murdering a grandmother, thank you. Please stop
yes, we
saying
are.
that.
I'm just picturing
Not
just like
yet,
squeezing
anyway.
Emma's face, like pull your shit together, get it together.
Get it together. We have work to do, Emma. I don't understand. We're a republic.
I don't understand. We're a republic. Execute Order 66.
One of the funniest things you've said.
I don't know what the fuck this scene was, but I'm gonna cut it.
She leaves. I'm leaving. She's leaving. I'm taking my diamonds and I'm leaving. That's it.
Great, wonderful. Oh God.
Go to somebody else. God damn it.
You know, I was just thinking, you know, Wilhelm's been so uptight lately. I bet if you shoved a lump of coal up his ass in 2 weeks, he'd have a diamond.
Oh, fuck. So, all of you reconvene at the Brownstone within an hour.
I have the things for you, Chuck. I have a dependent decision. So what you're telling me is that I cannot get the Arcane Grimoire and then just 1,000 gold focus like the spell asks for.
You don't have to worry about it. Once you've spent, like, I'm assuming that, like, because you're going to be using it as your spellcasting focus.
Okay, because it's worth that much. Well, I mean, I already have the protective verses. That's probably worth at least $1,000.
Well, then all right.
I didn't
you don't need it if you don't want it.
I had thought about other things that I was looking for, and you can tell me one by one if I can find them or not.
Okay.
I would actually like to find an amulet of health. You know, come to think of it.
Okay.
Do we have a bag of holding among us? I feel like we do, or at least Chuck hasn't been giving a shit that we don't.
Adelaide has one. Veda has
Okay.
a bag of holding.
I do. That's
Excellent.
right. I do.
Mhm,
I do.
mhm.
Listen.
I think you meant to say devout. Amulet of the devout is what you meant to say.
It's not even in my.
Hey,
oh, it is in my
I offered for you to go shopping. You're like, no, we really need to try this place.
Wilhelm's not. I'm not a shopper. I don't know.
I was like, ooh, look at that pretty shop. Look at that pretty shop. Yo, Pip, stay on task or walking.
Soft pretzel, Pip. Come on, focus.
Possible a pearl of power.
Those are mostly bought out for the most part throughout Kasmar for a variety of different reasons. Those are going to be things that you're going to have to go and find or like get off of somebody who collects those.
Okay, I'll get off on somebody who collects those.
Do as the Johnsons do, baby.
Bunch of dicks. So amulet of health is a possibility. And then the last thing that I know you're going to hate that we've been asking for, but a broom of flying.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to play Quidditch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can definitely find a broom of flying and an amulet of health. I think I told you how much the amulet of health was.
It was like 3,000 or something like that.
It was a lot more than 3,000. It was closer to like 6, if I remember right, because I cranked it. It was like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And then the broom of flying, riveting stuff here in Kasmar. Broom of flying is an uncommon major tier. 1,300.
Yeah. I do have to recalculate because I had the number written down, but like what the exchange rate is again with the gold notes to gold that we had found because we had like 25,000 gold pieces worth of shit.
I don't remember the exact word.
I got it written down. I'll just message you.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it was 25,000 gold pieces, but it was whatever that was in notes was like over 1 million or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was absurd.
But anyway, so 8K, 1,300, 6K.
500 gold notes to 1 gold coin.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm buying those 3 things, and I will be distributing at least one of those or something else that I'm already attuned to other people. So,
yeah. So effectively speaking, you guys would have like 12 million.
Yeah, it's fucking
notes.
wild.
Yeah.
Before the person we literally named after, before the investment banker we literally named after a swindler gets rid of them for us. Inevitably screws us over and ruins our pension and all that kind of shit.
Well, I mean, the only problem is if we can't use them all nearly at once, or else we just crash the market and they're worth nothing.
That's true. Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So you can find those. You can find everything but the Pearl of Power.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was one other thing. Necklace of Adaptation. It's the one that lets you breathe in any environment and gives you advantage on cloud kill and poison breath weapons.
We'll say that one in particular is 2,000.
Done.
So we're about to just like home and gardening television our Scrungle Shack instead of buying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just DIY.
We're actually gonna bring in these we're actually gonna bring in these like 2 handsome Canadian gentlemen, the Property Brothers.
Except in Kasmar, they're called the Lot Twins.
Is there a third one that looks like he writes sins, not tragedies? Because that's how the Property Brothers are. For anyone who's not seen the third Property Brother, look him up. He absolutely is a punk rock singer. He must be.
Is there anything else anybody else would like to handle before going back to the Brown Stone? Nope. Great. Fantastic. Cool. So, arriving back at the Brownstone, I'd say probably Harold gets there first.
On my new broom of flying, hell yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. Just as a heads up, the broom of flying does come with a manual for the laws of flying in Kasmar. We can get to that later.
Oh God. Fucking.
I've been waiting for somebody.
I've got my
Native would
my
absolutely
VFRs.
get a ticket. Absolutely.
I've got my VFRs for Kasmar.
So getting there, it is dark. It is locked. Randall has obviously locked up and headed out for the night. Is there anything you want to do before anybody gets here?
I think I'm hoping that I'm gonna not need a bunch of spell slots here in a minute. I think I would make one more set of that Glyph of Warding setup that I have.
Okay.
Which is gonna cost me like 6 spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Of various levels. But it's fly, haste, and invisibility.
Yep. Where are you putting them?
I'm gonna put a set in the lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is
because I've got one in the guest bedroom, one in the lab, and one in the master.
I was say you had one in the master and one in the guest. So having them there, I noticed that there were none there, and I was like, interesting.
Especially since Harold's been like sleeping up there half the days, trying to figure out the whole Wilhelm situation.
Great. Cool. So I would say that you guys probably all arrive back here as he's kind of like cleaning that up and finishing it up top. What's the plan?
Are we giving me a tattoo? The fire resistance thing, is that a tattoo? Or was that a spell?
No, it is it's a tattoo. You just hold the needle to your skin for a few minutes and it applies itself apparently.
Oh, I can't do that.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I'll help.
Could you wash your hands? Wash your hands first.
You already had to do that with the Shahid Lily tattoo.
I know, and it scares me every time.
Oh, I need a wisdom saving throw from you, by the way.
Me? Oh, right, because we're at the... Yeah. Wisdom. I just have a thing about, my own blood.
No, I don't think you don't need to puncture your skin. You just hold it against it.
It literally like
It's not like a real tattoo. Real tattoos are.
All right, let's get started.
Oh. Well. Yeah, she'll stick it on her. She still like rubs it off with like an alcohol pad, just to be sure.
Okay. As you're holding the needle to your skin for the next hour, because you have to attune to it.
Hour.
It takes.
Do you have any tape? You just tape it down.
Arms getting a little tired.
Just take a bit.
I thought that was quicker than this.
Pip, if you're getting tired, we can switch.
Yeah. It's been like 10 minutes, man. You never
hands,
realize how hard. You know how heavy. It's like the world's heaviest needle when you hold your arm for like 10 minutes.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm also trying not to touch her. So.
The needle needs to make contact.
No, like
contacts,
with
it sounds very.
Like I can't just rest my arm on anything either. I don't want to get poison her. So I just hold.
Roll your sleeves down.
Those, I haven't had sleeves for a long time.
He had a t-shirt, but he cut them off at the sleeves.
Yeah, it's a cut-off t-shirt, 100%.
It's a guns out kind of guy.
They end right here, just past the elbow.
I always pictured him as a sort of greaser mechanic. We had a button down that was just with the sleeves rolled up.
Close, yeah. Just the from the elbow down and the knees down, it's kind of frayed.
Pack of cigarettes is rolled up in it. He never smokes them, but they're just there. It's actually a deck of
I'd have a
dart. Apparently, Max sent us to speak with the devil at the stock exchange. So, who then is now tracking us.
Non-detection.
Via a chain that he gave to Harold. All to meet up with Mac's friends that makes guns. So I don't know. But we're supposed to meet with him at Larry's. I don't know where Mac is.
Yeah, we all kind of split up, didn't we? I'm sure he'll meet us there. It's fine. We all split up. More importantly, how is your mom? Is she okay? Did it go well?
Yes, it was fine. She's all right.
Inside check. No, just
kidding. You didn't tell her about nothing, right? Just because we didn't want to shock her after waking her up.
No. She's all right. She's awake.
Good. I'm glad.
It's good.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it went well.
God, there was no unexpected news of any kind.
Yeah, I'm sure all the servants and everything were overjoyed to see her return. So
There's actually something I have to tell all of you.
okay.
Remember those kids? Those kids I know?
Yeah, the one
Wilhelm, the ones that you were trying to scare the pants off of that one day?
I did no such thing.
You did.
Okay, okay, so why do we omit the part where they were robbing a crippled old man outside?
Okay, but that's between that's between me and
That's
them.
me.
In my notes.
Okay, so but next time before I stop any crimes in the city now, I'll be like, are you? Do you know Kappa first? Are you somehow
My
intimately
notes,
involved
Wilhelm threatens
with the
children.
Prince of Kasmar?
Listen.
What is happening?
Anyway,
Are you the Prince of Kasmar, motherfucker? I just heard it in my head.
Look, one of the kids, he got in some trouble today. Something about some guy named Marcy, which sounds familiar, but I don't know.
History checks all around, please.
Yeah, I was about to say, we remember that. We remember that guy.
Um,
I do not remember that guy.
I mean, you can just say, I mean, if you want to just say you remember that guy, you can just say you remember that guy.
I mean, I got it in my notes. So.
Wow. Yeah, I'll take a 20.
I actually think I did not get to experience that part of the dream, even though I did get.
Oh baby.
21.
That's a
But
16
I don't
plus
think I got that part.
4 plus a million.
Yep. So pretty much everybody remembers Marcel.
33.
The copper dragonborn coming up during the pizza date dream.
There was this guy named Marcel, and look, the kid was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and with everything going on, I took them to Scrungles. All three of them are at Scrungles right now.
Inside check.
Are they alright?
I mean, like, Devin was pretty messed up, but I think they're at least safe now, which is what I want. And
it's just impossible to lie to Wilhelm.
Just be aware.
That's a very good idea, actually.
Wait, who's lying?
No one.
Copper lied, yeah. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was he caught stealing? Those are two very different things, Copper. Eli.
Okay, holier than thou.
What do you mean holier than thou? Those are two very different things.
First of all, he literally is. First of all, mechanically speaking, he literally is.
Yeah.
It's like, can you imagine you own your own shop for a second on this awful street of Kasmar, okay? And some little kid comes in every week, and you're barely scraping by to feed your family, and this kid comes in and steals, and then you scare him off, you beat him up, and then
that's not what he said.
And then 6 people come. Then Wilhelm shows up. Like, you bullied a child and burns the fucking store to the ground.
Diving. He was not stealing from the populace. He was dumpster diving.
He was dumpster diving.
He was dumpster diving up top at the cafe that Pip had his first hot chocolate at.
So.
Wait, up on the mountain?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You said up the hill and up the mountain.
With no
two very different things.
shoes, you heartless bastard.
So, I took them to Scrungles, and I told them that they aren't allowed to touch anything, because I couldn't guarantee what happened to them if they
Very
did.
Smart. I don't know how Scrungle is around children.
Did you make sure the room with the globe was locked?
No.
Well, we locked. We secured it.
Did you lock it?
Yeah, I think we did. The good news is at least we put the guns away. I'm sure Scrungle has squirreled those away. So they're not playing with firearms.
I told them not to touch anything. I told them
killed
they
a
could
lot of
shower.
goblins.
Killed a lot of goblins with guns.
Yeah, they had shotguns. they had a little cranky do. No. Mac had it for a little bit.
I don't think I killed any goblins.
I know that we're planning to kind of fix up the Scrungle house at some point. And this is more long term, so no one has to agree to anything or anything. But I would love. I would love if I could get them off of the street more permanently.
Yeah, of course.
That's
I
very
think
noble.
that's absolutely. It's an ideal situation as long as they abandon this life of crime.
Well,
I'm sure between the two of us, we can steal enough to support them.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I can't even do anything. I'm just holding this needle to Veda's arm.
Veda, you feel the needle getting just a little bit hotter.
That's normal.
I thought you said this wasn't supposed to hurt.
It's perfectly. I know.
He said this wasn't supposed to hurt.
Well, I think they're going to be a lot less likely to have to pursue this life of crime if they aren't, homeless children. That's my goal for them. That's what I want for them. So.
That's what I want for them too, then. I just...
Yeah, but don't be weird about it.
What do you... My first interaction is they were robbing the old cripple outside who was begging for money.
Yes, but they're children, so it doesn't matter, really.
They're allowed
They're
to
like
learn.
teens.
They're young teens.
All I'm saying is that
They're all like under 14.
It is your responsibility to teach them, is all I'm saying. Don't tell me I'm being weird about it.
But you are.
Get off my lawn, fucking Wilhelm.
I would also advise, don't shout too bad about the homeless man. We did have him come in, sit on the couch, and currently some servants are tending to him. Just downstairs.
As you were holding the needle to her arm, it very slowly, like you see, like this red begin to pour through her skin for a few moments before it begins to like kind of make long tendrils up and around her arm and up her shoulder and down across the back of her hand, like around the fingers,
Little swirls at the tips.
Licks of flame all the way up and across. Veda, you can feel it go all the way across your chest and back and cover your torso as you can see a portion of it come down the other side of the arm down to your bicep.
Fire.
Listen, I am not going to touch on the parallels between Wilhelm having fire and her now being covered in fire.
Mm-hmm.
But it just came to mind. That was cool. That was cool. All right. Cool coincidence.
Wow, we're sick.
I don't feel anything different, but
Quick.
I don't feel tardy.
Quick.
Do
Fireballer.
Do not tell my family. I got a tattoo.
Quick, fireballer.
If I had a nickel, Pip.
God.
I'd have two. It's weird, but I had two.
One thing that Harold will do, but like in the 10 minutes before we're gonna head out, is for the very first time sit down and ritually cast Rary's telepathic bond.
Love it. It's one of my favorite spells.
And well, I guess it's a little more than 10 minutes. It's actually technically 21 minutes. But that's what we're going to do. And now we are all telepathically linked and can talk in our heads.
Well, that's...
But
all of us.
Oh God, no.
Is it like okay, so wait, is it like a group chat or can you contact
It's
me and Harold?
a group chat.
It's both.
Okay.
You can I think you can have an aside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, targets can communicate telepathically through the bond. Therefore, it sounds like
what's the range?
The way
I was gonna say, what's the range
between
on
us?
It is unlimited.
What? That's crazy.
That is cool. Okay.
But it cannot extend to other planes of existence.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
Absolutely here in your
and
head.
what's crazy is you don't have to have a common language.
Right. We literally don't have to. Yeah. Even if we were talking to someone who only spoke Goblin and none of us did, we could.
Great spell.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Are we gonna hand wave Mac into this? I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
Mac is excluded.
It's not on the group
You weren't
chat.
here. You lose out.
He won't
Sorry,
have a
sorry,
clue.
buddy.
Why can I hear you bunch of chuckle fucks?
I
in
can
my
see
head?
your face is moving, but you're not saying anything.
I can hear things, and you're not, and I'm not even there.
Why can I?
Why'd everybody laugh at once? How long does it last?
Oh, that's it's like 8 hours.
It's an
Nice.
hour.
An hour. That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Oh, it
Okay.
only.
There's
only
another
lasts an
one.
hour,
There's
or is
another
it
one. I
permanent?
think telepathy lasts 8 hours, but this one is only, I think, an hour.
Oh, okay. So it's not a permanent thing. Okay.
No, but
Just
it's a
to-
ritual, so I can do it whenever I want as long as we have the time.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
20 minutes.
Just to test Vader, so you understand, I guess I will just create fire in my hand. I'm just gonna wave it over like a lighter.
You watch as the flames kind of go across the like his flames touch the flames of your tattoo. The tattoo itself physically moves and blocks where that flame is and kind of like echoes that light back at it. Barely feel it.
Well, thank you. Oh, I have something for you all too. Well, okay, so it works like an injection, and what you want to do is you hold the skin just quite taut like this, and then you're gonna stick the needle in and push the plunger down. Oh, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself.
It's like
She'll
a
pull out.
injection gun.
She's gonna have everyone do a little CPR class. No, she'll pull out the gun essentially. I don't know if I should keep it on me or if we should split the diamonds up, but I can bring someone back to life if we need to.
Ah.
I can as
I
well.
would think. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the important thing to remember is that it's only a minute, so it is pertinent that it is on someone who is quick.
Well, what I was going to say is, even if we have a moment for Veda to not have to spend the extra resources, she can quickly bring said diamonds to the person who needs them for casting.
Right, she's one of the more mobile, if not the fastest of us. So.
That works, especially.
And if she's the one that's down, we just take them off of her.
Is it just Wilhelm and Copper that can revivify? Okay.
So, theoretically, what Harold is suggesting is that you keep all 600 because if you have to cast it, you need all 600.
If I have to, yeah. So if Copper and
but
Harold,
you can bring it,
down,
yeah.
That's what I.
But
was
you can
thinking too.
bring 300 to one of them, so it's cheaper to do. So.
Yep. Okay.
I think I still have. Did we procure 600 gold worth of diamonds?
At one point, yep.
Revive Harold, but
No, you guys have
him more.
1,200.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, so I guess I'll take them out of my pocket and say, oh,
Okay,
so disease.
Yeah, so maybe you take one copper and you have one, and then I'll have the gun.
I actually can't revivify. I don't even have that in my spell list.
Really?
It's a
you
druid
should be able
spell.
to now.
You
It's a
can
druid
prepare it.
spell. Yeah, you
Where
should.
is it?
It's like a 3rd level spell. You should be able to do it by now.
Where are?
Wow, Charles.
Don't wow me.
I don't know.
That's so weird. It's not showing up in D&D Beyond in my spell
Is
list.
it only clerics and paladins?
It might
Oh,
be.
it's a druid spell.
It's a druid spell.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Holy cat, that's crazy.
Okay,
It's because it's an optional variant class spell, so make sure that in your settings up front in your D&D.
Yeah, like
Aha, so I was technically right. I knew it. It's like I know all these spells.
Because it is an optional variant class option
I know
for
all the
Druid
5e spells.
Ranger.
I'm a walking phone book of 5e spells, alright?
You and me both, sister.
Play too much D&D, okay? I have no life.
Telling me.
Yeah, I was looking for Fizzlebomb's bloody spheres. I didn't see that one in the list either.
Because it doesn't fucking exist.
Sounds like a tampon.
What am I doing here?
I storm out
You
to
and me
theirs.
both. You and me. Too.
All right, as you storm out to Larry's, that is where we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Dope.
Cool.
So go check out Foundry and Forge, which are two very separate entities.
They work well together,
Are
though.
you sure?
But they could go very well together.
They're like meant to be together.
Like Oreo and milk.
Oreo and milk.
You know,
Like vampires and
chocolate and peanut butter.
clerics. Three, two, one, go.
Blast off.
Nailed
Another
it.
rocket ship run.
Welcome back, party people.
Hey, all you scrungle sacks.
Ow.
You fuckle chucks.
Are we gonna behave now? I can do this all
Got 3
night.
balls. Are we still not live?
No,
God damn it.
we were, and then you guys started, so I brought us back to break.
I appreciate it, JD.
Welcome back, party people.
Okay, so yeah, you guys finish up what you're doing here, grab a couple more things wherever you had to grab things from. Apparently Pip made a pit stop at his place.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna use your upstairs real quick. I just gotta make something
made a
in your
pit
sink
stop.
real quick. Thanks. Bye.
Something in your sink? Dylan Brum.
Wait, what? Never mind.
Gather yourselves together and head to Larry's, which is only like 2.5 blocks from the brownstone, because it's literally right around the corner from the shop, the job place, Weatherford Hole Investigations. The office.
And I did regain some of the spell slots I got back from that clip of warding for arcane recovery.
Sure, that's perfectly fine.
So is he really a demon? And exactly what does he want with us?
A devil.
A devil. I'm not sure which is better.
Or devil's better.
Arguable.
Exactly what did he want with us?
Apparently, he is looking to fill the vacuum of power that is going to be created if we kill the dragon.
Oh, so we just have a devil in charge instead of a dragon. That sounds
Thank you.
very
Well,
I swear,
and
it's like I've been
smart.
talking to a wall.
I'm not quite
There's
sure.
something to be said. Well, the thing is, you mentioned demons, so with a demon, you really don't know what's going to happen there. They really don't abide by anything except whim. Whereas a devil, they're going to abide by the rules. They're just going to write the rule book, which is problematic in itself, but at least you know the rules they're playing by generally.
So, I mean, I would argue it's the exact opposites then. Yeah, so with a demon, you know exactly what you're going to get. And with a devil, you never know where it's going to come from, or when, or how.
And we're going
Agree
to
to
dinner with
disagree.
him. Why?
I mean, there are devils in the police force, so it's gotta be working out somehow.
I mean, that's very true. I tend to not judge by the character of someone's being. Just like flicking over at Wilhelm very, very quickly.
It's because Veda didn't see the
vampires are all dreadful
Veda didn't
too.
see the lemures running around. You know, those souls that have been captured by the devils to create new devils. Yeah.
I don't know. By the sound of it, it doesn't sound. But if you
appealing.
trust enough,
Right.
if you trust him enough to go to dinner, then I guess
I don't.
Oh, I don't believe we do. That's why as soon as I got this thing that he can track me with, I cast a spell on myself that disallows him his ability to track me.
Alright, so we're going to dinner with the devil, I guess. Lasagna with the devil.
Lasagna with the devil. That's my new book. I'm gonna write it. It's my memoir.
Heading into Larry's.
Dinner with Daddy.
As you get to the door.
That's a different book.
I gotta rewatch that.
Make perception checks, please, if you have a passive perception of 18 or higher.
You betcha.
Oh, shit. I only have 17, apparently. Never mind.
13 plus 11 is 24.
11 plus 8, so 19.
Oh, what's my perception? I'm sorry. I was too busy gloating in the fact that Gup was agreeing with me in chat. Where's my character sheet? Alright, there it is. Wunderbar. 10.
So, Eli and Harold, as you guys are approaching, you notice that the shadows in the windows are not at all what you would expect from this time of day. Excuse me. Usually, in the early evening, as it is, going into evening, it's usually a lot more lively in terms of movement inside. Opening the door, it's odd. Because there's no normal sound in here.
But other
As the right, there's not a crowd of people per se. In fact, you've noticed now, as you're going past the door, that the sign says closed. As there are mounds of flesh the size of desks, kind of like rolling around the floor, gurgling in abyssal, gurgling in infernal, as these Lemirs are eating a little bit of food. The central guest is currently tossing off of his table. Because sitting in the middle of the room, at a table that has been moved to this space, kind of like a couple of other tables added to it with a large tablecloth put over the top, digging into an incredibly bloody, like massive ribeye, is this well-built, thin figure, dressed entirely different from what you guys saw before. He's got a biker jacket on that's nice, dark. Doesn't look like he's got anything else on underneath it. His hair is still slicked back. And his claws just... You can hear him scraping against the plate as he goes to cut through the ribeye.
Found Mac.
And as you all enter into the room...
Chuck's trying to kill me right now.
I'm not. As he looks
He's
up...
He's shirtless, leather... claws.
Don't
I didn't hear. I didn't hear like a CR though. Like
right?
if I were to get like a you know.
If I were to take a guess at a challenge rating.
Yeah, right. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 20, from like a 20 being like
1
a
to 30,
CR.
technically.
Yeah.
He looks up and you can see like the little the horns that have been shorn off a little bit at the top, kind of poke through the hair that is slicked back. He just kind of looks up and he looks a little upset at first. You can see the dark eyes, those black eyes, almost like a light around the edges. And as he notices you all, he just goes, "Oh, It's just you. Hey, Larry, it's just who I was here to see. We're good here. And he kind of leans over, and you can see Larry, for the first time ever, for those of you that are regulars, is dressed in a tux, standing in the corner, holding a towel over his arm, just like.
Did James dress him? Can I roll some kind of insight check to see?
A real interesting night, y'all.
Why don't you relax?
And James just kind of waves it off. Oh, it'll be fine. Hey, you can get some more of this for me, please, if you don't mind. He just kind of. Yep. And then leaves the room, going back into the kitchen. It's kind of hard to kind of navigate the space without accidentally kicking a lemure. The floor is filled with these mounds of flesh.
Yeah, it's an accident, right?
Are they like pets? Like, is it just like?
Do you speak Infernal or Abyssal?
You know I do.
I know you do.
No, Undercommon and Draconic.
So as they are, some of them are crying out in frustration, gnashing of teeth, that sort of thing. Others are woeful about their debts that they did not pay. Some of them are thankful to get the scraps off of his plate.
Oh, those are not cute.
They're simps. They're simps.
They are not allowed to say lemures are cute. They are not.
Some pictures of them that are cute.
They are the tortured, twisted souls of the damned.
See, what happened is
the devil in
Adelaide
its
accidentally
larval
looked up
form.
lemur.
Okay, yeah.
It's Zabu. It's fine.
They all grow up to be Jameses, though. So there's that. You know, they really glow.
That's
Really
true.
glow up.
They got potential.
Where's
Lock
my
him down
boy?
early.
Where's my friend Ulysses Belmont?
It's a good question. We don't know.
Matt?
Harold is like unconsciously eyeing the steak on the plate and just unsure.
Would you like a bite, son?
No, I'm quite all right, thank you.
It's fine. We got some of those nice little mozzarella triangles on their way for you all. I figure you may not want to eat similar to myself this evening. So tell me, how was the rest of your day? Was it fruitful? And he kind of takes the napkin next to him and dabs his face a little bit.
Telepathically to on a little side channel to Wilhelm. You know, we could just, speed up the process here. He's cleared out all the innocents for us.
As you do that, his eyes flicker to you.
It was a pretty productive day.
I've been informed that you know of our plans to.
Oh yes. I'm sorry, madam. I didn't catch your name. And he actually stands up and reaches out and grabs a hold of your hands. I goes, God damn it! I can't with you. I can't with you. He grabs your hands.
I'm trying not to blush so bad.
And grabs your hands and just goes to shake it and just, I didn't catch your name. And his hands literally engulf all the way up to almost your forearm.
I'm Veda.
Veda who?
Veda Smith.
Veda Smith?
Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry. He digs into his long, kind of sharp and sharp-edged ear.
Oh, he's picked his ears. Veda's fine now.
Flicks it off. You can watch one of the lemurs off to the side. Catch it. Eat it.
Wilhelm in the telepathic, you accidentally hear Wilhelm going, back on top.
No, I think it is all.
My
it is
new
radio.
medication makes me nauseous. Goddamn.
It is. I'm gonna say radio silence from good old Wilhelm.
No, she's not. She's not blushing. Adelaide's blushing. She's okay.
So
it's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Bennett. Mrs. Smith. I'm sorry. You said Smith. Chuck got that wrong.
Oh, okay.
What a power
Key
move.
myself.
What a power
Damn
move.
it.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry you're getting caught up in all this nonsense.
And what nonsense is that?
Oh, typical nonsense of taking over other people's businesses and that sort of
That is not what we're doing.
chicanery. And that's not what you all are doing, but that's what I'm going to be doing real soon. You guys are going to help me get there.
Perhaps if you do intend to capitalize on what we're doing, just to be quite frank, you've not been particularly helpful.
Well, you see, we were out in public. We were out there where literally anybody could have heard what we were talking about, read my lips, whatever the fuck was going on up in that place. You know how it goes out there at the stock market. You stop people stalking around. It's called the stock market for a lot of reasons, It's not just about the brains and all the tentacle face fucks. It's all about...
That's maybe
Hey,
the
I happen to
stupidest-
know a lovely health inspector.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Isn't it? Hate it. Hate the fact that it's my business. That's why I'm trying to pivot.
Diversify your portfolio.
I was going to say.
No, I'm trying to get away from it altogether. It's not worth diversifying out there anymore.
It could be said that the stock market and the casino business, the gambling racket, if you would, aren't that dissimilar.
But instead of me playing the game, I'll be the one running it, right? And house always wins.
So exactly, how are you supposed to help us if we're taking this entire dragon and his forces down for you?
I will
that
say...
seems like an unfair deal to me.
That's reasonable, because you didn't hear everything that I said, now did you, honey? Now, maybe just sit back and let me talk for a second.
I have a thing for southern accents, okay? Carry on.
Could you just watch your tone with the lady, please?
Hey, we're fine here, she got a little sharp. I'm just repeating it. I'm just carrying it back and forth here. You give a little this, I give a little that. That's how this works, right?
Answer the question.
Exactly nothing.
Actually, I've given you quite a bit of information that you guys just refuse to absorb up within your little stalks yourselves. You see, I told you the best way to get rid of this fella is to get him out of his home, get him out in the public, take him out publicly. You understand? Because then you're going to be heroes.
We too could have figured that. Yeah, we didn't need you to tell us not to fight a dragon in its
He's
lair.
a greedy piece of shit, too, so I don't know. Maybe perhaps you could consider doing something that may, thank you, actually take care of something along the way to, bring him out via
It's a massive waste of our time.
Why don't you tell us the information that you couldn't tell us before, and then it won't be
I would have assumed that the vapor would have set us up with a professional.
How about I tell you this much? Let me tell you what I've learned about you all in my 3 hours since I last saw you. I am aware of the fact that there is a joint account opened up amongst a couple of you all. I don't believe your name is Smith now that I recollect, by the way. There's a joint account that holds quite a bit of coin that has been misplaced outside of a dragon's hoard. Yeah? You could easily get a hold of some of that and bring it out there in the public, and I guarantee you that fucking greedy ass would show up. Find a place, let him know that it's there, and he'll go get it himself. He's not gonna send his little grubby asshole tiny people after it. If it's a big enough hole. If it's a big enough hole, he'll go get it himself.
Just send him to the little corner of the sewer.
Literally Harold's first idea.
fire, so
Chuck, I have a question for you. Scrungle's shack, if it gets damaged on the inside, does it get damaged because I know it shapeshifts until we push the lever, and so what happens if it gets damaged on the inside?
If it takes too much damage on the interior to the point where it could not hold its shape as is,
okay,
there will be damage to the exterior. But if it's just a single wall gets knocked out, or the exterior wall gets knocked out, if it's an exterior wall, there's going to be damage to it. You're going to wind up out in the street, and you're going to have a hard time with it kind of going back into the regular position until you it's locked in that position until
to be clear, Ale, just so we all remember, we did put it in such a way that if it was damaged in such a fashion that it couldn't hold its it could no longer shapeshift, it would be stuck in a way that doesn't hurt people around us.
Correct.
Yeah, that wasn't my concern, but I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up when we keep back at the house. I would just something came to mind.
Wilhelm right now is bristling with radiant energy. It's like his radiant consumption that's just trying to force its way out of his face.
We had an idea to perhaps steal his eggs.
That one will be a little bit more difficult. Now then, I can get you the blueprints, if that would be helpful.
Blueprints to what? To the casino?
Every single one of them dragons up there at the top of the hill all have their lairs underneath their own casinos. That's how it works up there. That's how they get their little tunnels that go down into them. They aren't directly underneath, It's not the only one that is directly underneath is apparently your grandmother. The rest of them have some kind of tunnel access from elsewhere for the most part. That's how he gets these kobolds in and out so quickly. In fact, you'll never see a red kobold ride that train because there's ways in from right down here.
We are aware of this as well. However, the blueprint to the building would be finally something useful.
You're gonna need to watch your tone, son. I'm a lot more useful than you give me credit for.
I think perhaps you didn't do enough research.
Are you paying me for any of this?
Apparently,
yes, apparently we are.
Apparently, we are giving you an empire.
Nominal cosmic power.
You're giving me absolutely nothing for now. In fact, the only one that's going to be giving me anything is Key Long. Y'all ain't going to be giving me anything according to the law.
We're giving you an opening that you clearly haven't had yourself.
Exactly.
Unless you can find someone else stupid enough to go after him.
Yeah, I haven't heard you volunteer to go take him on yourself, yes?
Well, that'd be against the law now, wouldn't it? I mean, if you'd like me to, I could take you up. I could go up there and, actually play the game with the guy. If that would help you in any way, I can keep him up top for a little while. I could use a good game of cards.
Again, we are competent in this matter.
That's not what I heard any of you say that you were good at.
At what?
Gambling.
What is to
entertaining?
I am quite proficient at gambling. I practically cleaned them out earlier.
That's right. Oh my God.
It is true, actually.
I got a couple electrum.
Like 2 electrum.
Pip has to this day never lost.
Well, that's nice and all, but
Well, you guys also are traveling with Rain Man, so.
I think what would help us the most is a diversion, so that they don't, especially so they don't know that it was us.
Larry comes by and puts a full basket of the mozzarella triangles in front of each of you. Goes back to.
I am not interested in Keelong. I am not interested in your power moves.
What are you doing here?
I am interested in people that have been going missing.
Right. What's your point?
Do you have any information? Yes. Do you have
Keelong's
any?
the one that's making them go away, isn't he?
It's great that everyone is so aware of this and does nothing. Where?
Pretty sure.
Where would they be?
Pretty sure you're the ones that told me. So.
No. Well, where would I don't think so. But where would they be kept? That is what I would like to know. If you can get that information, how is they getting them in? Where's this tunnel going back and forth?
Well, there's multiple tunnels going back and forth. I could probably find them pretty easily for you. Depends on how far you want to travel. I imagine. Well, actually, I know of one that's near the police department precinct in downtown.
That's comforting.
Isn't it though?
I hate this city. And
as for what they're doing with them, where they're keeping them, I imagine he's probably keeping them in his clutches with the rest of the clutches, you know? The ones that aren't quite fully there yet.
No whispering as to purpose?
Oh yeah, there's been plenty of rumors. Rumors that he's turning some of these kids into kobolds.
What's to stop us from going to the Red Dragon himself and telling him your plot against him?
He's too cocky to believe it to be true. All he'd do is send his little grubby hand little fuckers down to my home, and they wouldn't make it very far.
Okay, I thought you said he handles his own work.
Supposedly. If he decides to come down here himself, he's got a whole nother bunch of dragons up there that'll be on him like a tick on a dog, you know. So
the metallics.
Okay, so that's a great plan. We tell him that James here, just James, Mr. Just, is just going to take over his casino. He sends all his kobolds away, and then we pull him out with. We'll just announce that one of us has exorbitant wealth.
Well, I'll tell you this
that
much
would rival...
right now. That would already have an issue in and of itself, because he ain't gonna get rid of all of his kobolds down here. Away from his casino, away from his tunnels. That's for damn sure. I mean, let's talk about this one for a second here. He's got one of the biggest clutches out of all the dragons up there.
He's not gonna send him to take care of you.
If the rumors are true, and he's just taking these kids and turning them into more kobolds, you know what I mean?
If the rumors are true, though, Keelong is a bit of a warrior at heart, is he not?
Yeah.
Does he take you for the type of entity that would cower behind his clutch? Or would he come and face us himself, alone? We are just mortal after all, yes?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you can find a way to get him alone, he won't have to deal with it. He while he is very much the warrior type, he's very much the general warrior, you know what I mean? He's gonna send his little toys out after you first. He's gonna save his energy. He's not stupid.
As always, old men talk and young men die.
Correct. He is ancient after all.
I think we definitely play up Mr. Just taking over his casino and see what he sends out your way. I think that'd be a great idea. You said they wouldn't make it very far, so I mean, that is nothing to you.
Yeah, but it's still going to cost me something. It's still going to... I don't want to have to deal with
it. It
that.
should cost you something to take over the most lucrative business in the entire city.
Already costing me something. It's cost me precious time. Time is money up here.
Okay.
If we help you, you'll be owing us a favor.
I figured it'd probably be me owing the crystal vapor a favor, but
The crystal vapor is not doing anything.
That is a deal between Ulysses and the vapor. and you. So if you all want to work out your debts to each other, that is fine. I am here, again, to save the people that are being taken. That is my only concern. If Keelong happens to be in between me and that goal, then I will handle that matter. You and I, after that fact, well, square.
Now, my problem here is that then I would no longer have anything. I wouldn't have a horse in this race. Why am I even here? If you're gonna go around Keelong to get all these people out and then, you know, thwart his little plans, his little schemes that he does throughout the city, why am I here?
It's a great question.
My understanding was you're gonna go down there, you're gonna kill a dragon, which already is noble enough in and of itself, especially with the whole, history of it all.
What?
Yeah, adventurers used to go out and kill dragons on a regular basis, come back, have hordes of money, have hordes of weapons, have hordes of great and wonderful things they go back into town with, celebrated heroes across the land. It's a tale as old as time.
Not many of those stories left these days, are there?
They sure aren't, and that's why I'm saying you'd be just like the heroes of old now, wouldn't you?
We'll take care of the dragon as long as you send in your men to find the people. If he's gone from his lair, then they'll be unprotected.
Tell you what, I'll only send my people in if you can guarantee me a dead dragon.
We can do that.
And he...
Oh, is he making me shake his hand for the deal? Oh, Lord.
He flicks his hand out as a long scroll of paper flips out from the flame and lands down there before you, as you can see your name in cursive underneath a line.
Veda Smith.
Veda Bennett. And he flicks his hand back out again.
I don't sign anything without going through my lawyer, Gabby Madoff.
I didn't realize Gabby was a
fucking hell.
I don't fucking know. I don't know, Chuck.
He does family planning.
If I had that amulet of the devout right now, I would have already banished this guy.
I ain't signing
I'm not gonna lie, Chuck. Seriously, I would have just fucking don't even need you. Second he said, "Watch your tone." Banish.
I'm not signing anything. It's our word with yours.
No, there's no such thing in Kasmar anymore. That kind
Then
of
we
stuff.
go to the dragon and tell him exactly what you're planning.
I'm not planning jack shit. That's the thing. I'm not planning anything until I have a guarantee.
We don't need.
Get the fuck out of here at this rate. You have offered me nothing.
Roll initiative.
More than enough information. You've learned more from me than you have from her up top. I can guarantee you that one.
Think very fast.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have. And it's so aggravating.
Because Chuck can say we have all he wants, but it's fundamentally not true. And you know what? Fucking, here it is. Get in the comments. Get in the comments.
I think the devil really thinks
Chat, should I
learned more.
Yeah, I mean, should I just fist fight this time?
No. Hey, chat. If we get 5 subs from actual people, not gifted subs, in the next 2 minutes, we'll start a fight right now.
I'm just gonna banish him.
No.
And I'll banish him until it works.
I like him too. No.
I'll allow it.
There's no. Can't stop me.
I think Veda will.
I think Wilhelm's gonna actively try to stop her.
I'm not gonna sign it. Oh my god. I'm telepathically talking in the group chat. But like if I can bold it for Wilhelm, because she's mostly asking his permission.
Permission.
What if we traded
just-
information about Regani?
Now that one would be very interesting, now wouldn't it? You hear kind of.
Oh, I don't like
through
it.
that
I don't like that he
telepathically.
can read our minds. Ah!
The warmth of his voice is sickening as he just grins.
I think with that, I think Wilhelm would just walk out.
I hurt his feelings.
No.
Beta's gonna think that.
Yeah, she's crushed. She's crushed.
Oh, holy
No,
boy,
if
I'm
Regani
too
was doing
afraid
his
to make
goddamn job.
Yeah, if Regani would do his goddamn job instead of trying to
We
fuck
wouldn't
with
be in this
literally
fucking situation.
everybody
Hey,
else, we'd
Wilhelm,
be
why don't you
fine.
just fucking calm down here?
Honestly,
Also,
Yeah, I'll beat that. I'll beat that motherfucker up. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Fucking go.
also, no.
On site.
Because, you know what? Number one, I don't need to. If he doesn't know this is happening, I'd be fucking amazed.
the problem is the horrifying scheming bastard who decides whether or not he knows is also
Right.
the one controlling.
Well, yeah, no, I'm sure Regani would have loved nothing more than to have Veda sit there and sign a deal with a fucking devil in front of Wilhelm, right? That would have been fucking phenomenal for...
Mhm. I'm trying to figure out how to
Anyways.
phrase it. I don't know how to.
As you're walking out, you just hear him kind of like call out, "Oh, holy boy, got a soft heart, doesn't he? He don't have the gall to actually take care of business from time to time, huh?
Don't speak to him like that.
It's a real shame. I want to speak to whoever I want to, however I want to."
Through the windows, it's just light. Like this, like
you erupt in flame and people are Wilhelm
fireballs
screaming
the
away.
It's not even flame. It's literally just radiant light. It's like all three of my light cantrips at the same time.
Yeah, Harold is just gonna grab Beta
not
by
easy to deal
the
with.
wrist and just start walking away.
Yeah,
Like-
he's not easy to deal with. I don't know if I want to deal with him.
As everyone is leaving, Copper's
We
gonna
just
like,
don't need
reach
to.
into the
We're gonna go
basket
fight the
and grab
dragon.
A bunch of these mozzarella
He's
triangles.
literally done nothing that we couldn't have done on our own.
Enjoy your free meal.
What?
This is my fucking bar.
Harold
don't like
throws
mozzarella
throws
triangles.
10, yeah,
Wasn't
Harold
talking to
throws
you, I was
10
talking
gold
to
on
the
the
kid who
bar,
has,
and
The whole
Harold throws 10
Sorry,
gold on the bar.
there was
and
just a
said,
whole
"We
basket.
fucking
No one
paid
else was
for it."
eating them, so
Wow,
Copper's just in the bag, just.
thank you. Yeah.
And he just goes back
Yeah.
to his steak and he looks over at Larry and just goes, "Sorry about this, and I didn't mean to ruin your evening. I'll make sure to compensate."
As everyone leaves,
Hey, host.
Pip has
Yeah.
remained. Pip will stand in
fuck's
front of
sake.
this giant devil, straighten his spine, put his hands behind his back, and look.
Oh,
and
3
look,
foot
just
nuts
look, yeah, up to his knee, and look him in the eye and be like, "So, we only negotiate from a realm of mutual respect. You've given us very little that we didn't already know. Although the plans were tempting. You have a lot to gain from this, and I believe you're smart enough to understand that. So, I'm not fooled by the bravado of wealth and the fact that you're just too chicken shit to do your own work. So, we're gonna go kill a dragon.
Pip, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Counterspell through the window.
You don't even know what's happening, buddy.
I haven't paid
Modified
attention
20.
to fucking Pit.
Modified 20, that is still a failure. You are dropping to your knees. As he just gets up, he says, "Shut up and sit down, son." Now, and he finally stands up. The first time you've ever actually seen James rise to his hooves. As he
It looks like the
Steps.
devil from South Park.
Past a couple of the Lemures, you can hear one of them kind of squeal. As he gets down real close, he gets down on his elbows to make sure that he can make sure to get your face right there. And he just says, "Son, you got a lot to learn about how to respect people, and if you think I was the first one to disrespect anybody in this place, you should have heard some of your friends' thoughts." And he kind of like pats your cheek. Stings. Now get up and get the fuck out of my place.
Is that another wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
24.
That one's a success.
I will stand and be like, "We were here first. Little 3-foot frog with a death wish." Just because you weren't the first to be disrespected, thought devils had more manners. Why would you sink to a lesser's level?
Also, he absolutely was 3 hours ago, you motherfucker. I don't want to hear it.
Well, I appreciate you trying to flaunt whatever power you think you have in this city. You haven't moved in a bit. We're more than happy to help. But it's not some contracts or negotiation. I'm more than happy to let you have the casino. I'll put in a good word with my grandmother and say, "Hey, I really like this guy." But it'll be on the expectation of mutual benefit, or else I will sunder that relationship.
Pip Dot.
I never gave him my last name.
I know.
Probably not even his real last name. Pitt doesn't know his last name.
My relationship with your grandmother goes a lot longer, a lot further back.
Oh, I bet it does. I didn't say that, but I didn't say that.
Yeah, he's her favorite bottom.
Than you may realize.
Oh, I don't
Jack,
pretend.
I've got relationships with every dragon up on that hill, including Keelong.
I don't pretend to know, but I'm cute.
Walk away.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not pretending we're equal. But in this instance, you need us. We need you. Mutual benefit. Mutual respects. I mean, I don't really need you, but at the same time, helpful. Happy to have your help. I mean, not happy because you saw them, but still. I'm not opposed to a powerful ally. Just by all means, I recognize.
Pip, I got one. You want me to call him? It always works out well. Powerful allies.
You're outside.
I just think as a businessman, you're far more professional when a mutually beneficial business deal is available to you.
Friend was not wrong in saying that the stock market and the casino are the same. It's all about gambling. I thought I might take a gamble on you all, offer you an opportunity to have a little bit of backup. We didn't even get to that point. Instead, it was nothing but accusation of being unhelpful. from the top down. Not to mention everything about the disgust from your friend Wilhelm. You know, likes to beat the shit out of things.
Don't get me wrong. I was there. It's okay. Dude's racist as hell.
Then you understand. Understand that I kept my calm as long as I possibly could under such duress.
I understand. That's why we're talking now.
Perhaps. We should have another conversation after you go and talk to your friends again. But don't bring him next time.
I'm not like a charge.
I didn't say you were. I said your friends. I'm putting you all on the same level.
How about we make a beneficial deal? You can have the casino. 100 free and clear. After we take care of the dragon, you round up all those kiddos and bring them to a nice safe spot. Untouched, unharmed, without issue. And honestly, it's really just kind of proactive on your part. Cleaning out all the undesirables from your new casino.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Let's do red and black for the devil.
So charming. Come on.
You said which one?
Persuasion.
This is, by the way, like trying to say that fire is racist against water. Okay, you're talking about you're talking about a fantasy realm where these two forces have fought for aeons for the benefit of all life, and then the ones that wish to unlife.
Dylan, what'd you get?
That's the propaganda that you've been taught.
Let us have
Kasmar. It hasn't been that way for
Wilhelm never considered that Veda's hot. Wow.
Let us have a conversation about the shard of ultimate evil, shall we?
It's just a 15.
Just a 15?
Yeah, just 15.
We roll.
It's not bad, but it's not going to be enough against the devil.
15 with disadvantage is pretty fucking solid.
Pretty good.
It's just not enough for a devil.
Fuck, is Thera's doing hot? Let's go have a chat with him. Let's just let's do it.
I mean, Tiamat is.
I appreciate your candor, son. I appreciate the conversation that you have decided to have with me. Therefore, I will amend the original contract that I was going to be given to your friend Veda. Would you like a copy of it?
I will read it. You put my name down.
As he does, it unfurls out. You can see Pip Dop with the correct apostrophes in the right places.
I sit down at a table and I begin to read. It's going to take a while.
He's there for like 3 hours.
It's going to take like probably a solid 30 minutes.
Is he okay? Can somebody please go check on Pip?
Solemn.
It's not that bad. It's just a lot of legal jargon. Come on now.
Where?
I will take an insight check.
Okay, cool.
But instead of using wisdom, use intelligence.
No.
That is my second natural 20 ever.
Ooh. Wait,
like on this friggin' stream.
Are you serious?
For
yeah,
this love?
22.
Jeez.
I know, it's cursed, Pip. This stream is cursed.
Yeah. That is the second time I've ever rolled a natural 20 in the year that we've been playing.
So take it as a sign that you shouldn't be signing this goddamn contract with this goddamn devil.
The rest of you, Pip is not exited, and the door is suddenly locked. The windows, I've always described them as that kind of like foggy looking, like fogged through window, kind of like stained glass.
Called frosted glass, Chuck.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word frost. Thank you. You know,
I'm here for you.
I appreciate you.
Is there some orchestral music playing as well?
You know what? Fuck you. Yes. There's a dude across the street.
Larry,
with a fucking
Larry
upright
still keep the
bass and
gun.
another person
Does Larry
with a
still keep the gun
violin.
behind the toilet?
Is the music
Does
across
Larry?
the street
Yes.
good?
Lindsay, what's her face? So no.
I think Wilhelm's
Absolutely.
like
I got a 1 and a 5, so no, they're not,
Not good.
It's like that scene
Adelaide,
in the original
of all the people
Spider-Man.
to come
I don't
for
like
right
her.
now, you're coming for Lindsay Sterling.
I
Are
don't
you
like her.
serious?
Don't like her.
It's like that. It's like that scene in the original Spider-Man where it's down in the subway where it's like, ding 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 ding, like full on.
I think Wilhelm's probably up against a brick wall, like with a hand against the wall, just like literally blackening the brick. Is he's like the radiant consumption is is trying to burst out. Like it can't. Like it's difficult to maintain.
So,
Cast
22.
Ice Storm on
What do I
Wilhelm
get?
to help him out.
I'm gonna let them do their thing first.
Okay.
You guys have got roughly an hour before he's gonna come out.
Okay. I think if we're going to take on this dragon,
Takes you
You
about
should-
20 minutes to even notice that I'm not there.
Yeah.
We've walked halfway
What are you,
back.
Mac?
Like,
I'm just small and quiet.
luring him to Scrungle's place isn't the worst idea.
I thought about also just somewhere not outside the sea, outside the city, but by the shoreline, perhaps. You know, away from other living things.
That seems, for a fire dragon, it seems like quite the trap to go near water.
It's not like he's allergic to it.
I don't know. If he knows that the base used to be, or maybe even still is, what were they called again? The guard?
The hooks.
The hooks. And we suddenly take over from the hooks and are looking for a bargaining chip. We just found a throne.
There's also, well, part of that throne has been
Well, no, but I mean, like, we can
appropriated.
we could theoretically, she's thinking, like, theoretically we could get it back from Grandma, like, as a loaner.
I'm sorry.
And to have him inside would be nice. To have him not flying around would be super.
Guys, where's Pip?
Did he not
What do you
come out
mean,
with
where's
us?
Pip?
I don't see him.
I'm immediately gonna go for the door.
Locked.
He ain't coming out for an hour.
Hopper's like,
Oh, we're telepathically linked with Pip. Pip, where are you?
We're busy at the moment.
Are you okay?
So far?
The fuck?
So far, yeah.
Oh, so far. Okay.
Although the fuck works too.
I don't recognize this word.
Yeah, there probably would be, as they're walking back, there is like one where he reaches out telepathic. What does this mean?
What does pituitary mean?
What does in malum inse stand for?
Like Harold, once he realizes what's going on, is like, you're not going to come out without signing that, are you?
I mean, maybe. You gotta read it first.
Pip, we just don't.
And
we
so
don't
Harold
need,
will just-
We
No,
don't
just do-
need another one of these things to be
We
endeared to. We do not. We have the
Man,
capabilities.
that's a lot of voices. Gonna put you on mute. Click.
I'll cast message to Pip instead and be like, first of all, don't do that. Second of all, Wilhelm's right. We don't need him, and you don't need to sign your life away to some other powerful entity. I'm sure your mother would not be happy with that, your grandmother.
And we're not in this to kill a dragon. Right? That is not the point. Is to just go kill a dragon. That's the bigger issue. That's not. I'm not going to kill a creature because I'm being told to do it. This is how This is how these things wedge their way.
That's called fascism.
I'm just saying it's the concessions that you make one after another. And then all of a sudden now you're the one kidnapping children because it is, someone else told you to do it. And it's for the greater good, right? If the dragon is responsible, it will be held accountable. But I'm not just going to go there to kill it without any other information.
And if James wanted to waste 2 entire episodes for absolutely nothing, then that's totally on James and not on you.
He's a devil, it's what he does.
No response.
Copper will just kind of like kick the dirt and walk over and just sit down on the like steps in front of the door.
You all watch as like a very infatuated.
How about all of
couple,
you just go home? I'll stay here and wait for Pip. It's fine.
Oblivious to it all, just kind of walks by.
Harold looks at Wilhelm like, absolutely the fuck not.
Absolutely not. I don't know about you, but I want to kill this dragon.
I thought we had agreed that we were gonna do that. So I don't.
My priority, yes, is getting everyone out.
But also,
again, I am so apprehensive. Not to fight a dragon. I'm not afraid of the dragon. Right? But the problem is, and this is where I wish we could all agree on, is that it's so many people and so many beings now are actively trying to use us to kill a dragon, despite the fact that they display a power that apparently is beyond ours. Yes? The Vapor herself. James. Okay? Why do they need us to go in and do this for them? Our goal was not to kill a dragon, our goal was to save people. Now if the dragon is in the way, then like the hooks, and it is doing something evil, we know that we will do what needs to be done. But I'm not just going to go at some beck and call of some devil and dragon to go kill whatever target. Like Mac may have signed up for that, but that is not what I'm here for.
How do you expect the dragon to stop just doing it?
And we don't know that. I don't know what it's doing. We have heard rumors from the very same people that want us to kill us.
I was there.
I know you heard what the kobold told you. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're a liar, Vader. I'm just saying.
Explain this, and she'll pull out the bullet again. Do you think a kobold could have invented that?
No, but the person that invented it is exactly who James told us to go to help kill the dragon. See, again, I feel like we are being led used in circles. It is Mac's friend.
What am I missing? Did I miss something? Is it
no, you weren't there last week for that part. You were talking with your mother. You were dealing with your situation. No, apparently Mac is aware of someone who could possibly make these bullets. So is Senior, by the way.
We don't know that it's the same guy.
Well, 4 different people have told me the same name.
What?
But to your point, Copper, we don't, because we haven't asked that person. And that's my point with the dragon. The people that are telling us it is the one responsible are also telling us, hey, go kill it for us. I don't like being used.
I'm just saying that if we're already doing it, I don't know if I understand what the big deal is.
Well, that's what Wilhelm is saying, is that there's no reason. We don't have. I mean, we're supposed to be investigators. We haven't investigated a single thing here. We've just gone on the word of literally just another power-hungry dragon and a power-hungry devil that, oh, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and kill.
And the kobold. The kobold and also Mac. Said, yes, and the kobold. And Mac, yeah.
Which Wilhelm, I know for a fact, does not trust as far as he can throw.
Because Mac is still, he's lied, and again, I've caught it on insight check, so. I know he's lying.
So have I.
Yeah. But that is my point, Kappa. You can't. I just don't want to be. We are not hitmen.
Yeah.
Unless that's what you want to be.
No, I
Adelaide, you're muted, I think.
You were muted.
I said, then what do you propose we do?
I say we, of our own accord, go and do what we are all good at. We go and find out what's going on.
But you can ask my mother about that. She knows all about it.
What?
Excuse me?
You wanted cold hard proof? Cold evidence.
Reading through the contract.
And
reading
cold
through the
and
contract,
undead proof.
There's a lot of legal jargon that's basically just makes it keeps him disconnected from it if anything goes wrong.
Warranty is only good for 90 days.
No.
Pip, don't take the extended warranty.
If you miss your first payment by 2 minutes, you get repoed.
Love you all. Please. Thank you. As you're going through it, there is that aspect of separation from him. Should anything go wrong, of course, self-protection.
Naturally.
There is a surprise detail in there of James will hand over the artifact known as the Burning Heart.
Upon completion?
In order to complete the incapacitation of Keelong.
Like, lead with that.
So he's gonna give me
Chuck
an artifact.
just wanted to do his fucking accent. That's all that was.
So I will receive an artifact to fully incapacitate.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have to kill an incapacitated dragon? That's just sad.
To aid in the incapacitation of said dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Upon the news of Keelong's demise, the Crystal Vapor will sign everything of Keelong's to James. And this is where you actually see his full name for the first time. And it's only...
Fuck on. You can type it to me.
I will.
Yeah, okay. There you go. That's between us.
It's only mentioned
Think
once.
it, motherfucker. I can see it.
It's only mentioned once, and it catches you off guard because it's the only time the word has ever shown up.
James
in the entire contract. Upon Keelong's demise, everything that was Keelong's belongs to James. And that's it.
Okay.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it at all.
I don't know. This is great.
Everything.
Well, and
we don't know what belongs to him.
Chuck has no idea how contract law works because Pip cannot sign away the Vapor's belongings.
He can.
She cannot sign on behalf of the Vapor. That's fundamentally not true.
Unless he has power of attorney.
This is devil magic here.
In this instance, due to said,
devil magic and bullshit.
Weird magic proxy law.
Pip will respond and basically be like, okay, so I understand all you need to know. I don't know a lot about contracts, but I think I'll write in a couple things, and then as long as we agree, I don't see a problem with this. Is there a clause for failure?
No. Failure
is death.
Failure is death.
Gotcha. Well,
that is a good point. Yes, no, there would be one. and that is, should you die, your belongings belong to him.
Oh, we become lemures. Great.
Pip
It
will.
doesn't say everyone. It says specifically.
I was gonna say, like Harold would say, Pip, I swear on my life, if you sign away anything on behalf of the group, I will kill you myself.
So Pip will write in everything of Keelong's, underneath everything of Keelong's, excluding living creatures. So every inanimate object Keelong owns. Pip will also notate that it is anything of Pip's on his person because he doesn't store anything. Like, I carry all my belongings, so basically anything I have on me at time of death is yours.
Let someone else hold your credit card.
So weird. Devils don't usually care about personal material.
But
belongings.
here's the thing though. Pip would know better to like that. That just makes sense to Pip. Not I'm tricking him kind of.
Yeah,
Pip.
no, for sure. Well, as soon as you make that notation about non-living things of Keelong's, he frowns.
You know, like you can't technically if the kids belong to him.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me rewrite that one for a second. He snaps his fingers and it changes to.
Best part of Kasmar's contract law.
He snaps his finger and the contract changes to that of allowing everything that belongs to him that wasn't stolen.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That was not stolen. Because that's what a devil. Anything that was gained illegally by Keelong is definitely not something he would want.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Okay, I'm down for that.
He's gonna own your mom somehow, your fucking grandmother, and you're gonna be totally fucking over. Yeah. That, you know what that laugh is, right? That's the same laugh that happened when I guessed how it was gonna play out in the last campaign I played with Chuck.
I would also like to enter the under the punishment that's it seems like death would probably be enough that I die. You know, on the preventable death. But I think this should be more inclined if I survive kind of situation and whatever. I make every possible attempt to make sure you get the stuff. But additionally, I would like to exclude any divine intervention. You know, if something happens, an act of God outside of my control.
Oh, of course. It's right here on page 37. A few lines down right here in this.
Why did you write it so small?
It's a habit.
Okay.
He's literally in the details.
Great. Okay. Sweet. I would also like to just exclude any party members from any consequences of my actions.
Of course,
naturally, you're making a deal with me, of course. Right. That extends to the crystal vapor, besides what she's already promised here, of course. Also, you have to, be nice to Larry. Are you making him do this?
No, by no means. I just came in and said,
checking.
"Hey, we're gonna rent the place for the year. I'm gonna buy the place out for the night. I'm paid his rent for the whole month."
Fucking blob monsters are gonna fucking ooze all over the floor.
I gotta take care of my people. It's all good. Just making sure.
I completely understand.
It was very tense when we came in, so I didn't know.
Well, I cause people to be tense just
you're very intimidating and very handsome, and people can't handle the combination. I understand.
That's true. Sometimes people do tend to bend under my will.
It's Adelaide. Adelaide is people.
Because I will blink this motherfucker out of existence.
You will try,
dude. You got to understand. This guy's got 5 legendary resistances. I know Chuck Baker.
And then, for clarification, if I die, you can have any of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those things. I'm excluded from that, right? I don't know what that is. But that's not me.
He doesn't say a word. He just sits there and grins.
Don't fucking sign it.
Let me just reread that section there.
Like this devil can't be stronger than Alhora, right?
Make an investigation.
Just think about where we are for a second.
Okay, investigation I'm good at. Investigation, I had to say that. Well, it's not bad. It's 25.
25 total.
I thought it was a 5, but it was a 15.
Looking at it, like in that section, you can see what looks like just a line, like pretty scrolling going through each individual line. You realize now that the lines that everything was written on is its own writing. You have to get really fucking close to read. And there's definitely something in there about possession, including like that of which the spirit possesses.
Don't fucking sign it.
So you get this. So in essence, due to your high intellectual insight and your investigation in this matter, he wouldn't get your spirit, which is odd. He wouldn't get your soul. That's an odd one for a devil. He would get your body.
Gotcha. So, is that immediately upon death? Or is there like a, let's do, I would like to, I was like, well, that's a little rude. Is that a deal breaker for you?
Kind of looks you over for a second.
I'll tell you this. Pretty straight shooter. I'm gonna give it an honest try. I'm gonna do my best. I'm a businessman. I've held up my bargains up to this point. Not trying to screw you over. Is that a deal breaker?
It's one of those things that I'd like to have.
Like insurance. Okay. How about
very useful for me in the long run, but you know, if it
okay,
you know, if you get vaporized up there, you know, because oh fuckface decides he's gonna split a pot and blow multiple flames down your throat. Well, we got all sorts of issues now, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I would have a number of problems. Yes. Okay. How about a caveat?
I'm listening.
If you won't remove it. He's not gonna remove it.
Insight says no.
Okay. How about there's an exclusionary zone.
3 days.
10. I have like a 5-day window.
5-day window for what?
I just give. If my friends are pissed at me, they don't revive me in 5 days.
We have a resurrection scroll. We've got revivifies. Yeah, buy us even 24 hours.
Well, that's the thing is like sure, I'll get the body a little longer. You know
what?
But like,
I'll give you a fighting chance. I'll give you a day. That's a valid point. You know what? Fighting a dragon. You know, this one in particular is going to be fairly difficult in and of itself, no matter where you're at. If you fight him in your lair, you're damn well fucked. But, you know...
I'm small.
I understand. Your body would be very nice to have.
Okay. 24 hours.
24 hours from unconscious to death and your spirit leaving the body. And he snaps, and you barely see the little bitty licks of flame just kind of through the line.
And I saw.
Thank you, dear son. And as you sign, the signature itself flickers for a moment before he disappears. Now, do you want a copy of that?
Yeah, of course, for sure.
And he snaps again, and nothing happens. It's in your mailbox back home.
Sweet.
Now,
which home?
you may want to call your friends
which
in
home?
for this little bit more information, because it's one of those things that they may want to hear as well. You may not want to misconstrue some stuff. I was holding on to some information until I got my side of the contract all taken care of, because of course I'm going to now do everything in my power to possibly help you succeed in your endeavors. So
I certainly appreciate it.
And he connects to your connection, and all of you hear that warm voice come through. It says, "It appears your friend Pip Doppin here has made a deal with yours truly. If you wouldn't mind stepping back inside here, I have some information I'd like to share with you all."
I mean, if he needed a body, I'm just saying,
Mom,
I did have.
Keep giving your mom.
I did have one thing that I forgot. It wouldn't have forgotten. Upon the completion of the contract, my body is mine again.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Just fine. Just making sure.
No, it's literally it is a very lenient devil contract.
Gotcha. I'm just making sure. It was something I forgot in the moment, but Pip would have been like, "Come on!" Like he's looking for trickery. So yeah, we're good.
Your insight in the situation shows that he is betting against you.
Solid.
And betting for you in the same move. So.
I think I would.
all right.
I'll probably just grab Veda real quick as everybody else enters.
Yeah, I am immediately going in.
The door is unlocked.
Hey, I don't think I should go back in there. But I just want you to know I've never hated you. You know this, I hope.
I just assumed, I don't think you're Regani's, loyal man anymore or anything. I just...
This is hard to, it's a hard thing to understand. Like, Regani and I are intrinsically connected. This fight of his goes back aeons. It's just opposing elements. Light and dark, life and unlife. I understand it. But I need you to know, do you remember the first time you went to, and he looks around to do it, when you learned the truth? He points to your tattoo. The lily one.
Adelaide's trying to remember. Yes, I do.
The truth of our reality, the world around us, where we are.
It wasn't incredibly shocking to me, to be honest.
Funny you say that. Me neither. Honestly, it made sense. This city seems to just devour itself, and I have done everything I can to help and fix as much as I can, but no matter what I do, it just almost wants to. Anyways, there was a part of me when I found out that just understood that, yeah, of course, this is a prison. This is a... Perhaps this entity is feeding off the suffering of all these people. But that was until I saw you. Because you were nothing like the rest of them. And it's the only reason I'm still here. Because otherwise, I don't know that... Anyways, again, I just wanted you to know. But please go make sure Pip didn't do anything stupid.
Okay. I don't hate you either.
You should.
No, I don't hate anyone except maybe that man in there. So.
Which is why you're better than the rest of us.
Meet you back at Harold's.
I will wait outside for you. If there's danger, send me a message, and I will, rush in and do what I do.
Yeah. She'll reach out and give his forearm a little squeeze. And she'll head inside. Try not to blush. Try not to blush.
Can Veda blush?
Oh yeah, I mean she's got blood. I think it runs like colder. Like
Whose blood?
I've thought about this before. Lord, I think her blood is like actually blue, so she like looks really pale.
She doesn't breathe.
And she doesn't have to breathe. She can breathe.
Yeah. But there's need
like,
the oxygen.
Like if you listen to her heartbeat, it would beat slower.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that there's no blood pumping through her veins. It's
like a very like faint, like kind of purpley pinkish blush, not like a bright red blush.
Like cold Kasper.
Like cold Kasper. That's thanks. Right?
As you all step inside, he has sat back down on the other side of the table and returned to his steak. Nearly
Copper's gonna grab another mozzarella triangle. Like he doesn't have like his pockets full of them. Like why take from your own stock if you're here, right?
I'm just here for the drama.
He glances up at you and just kind of by all means.
It's actually Lemure cheese. He had Larry switch it out.
It was a pleasure making a deal with you all. I hope that everything is, whatever tension is here is water under the bridge, right?
I made a deal with Pip.
I did.
So what's changed since we went outside?
Oh, all sorts of things. Let me put it to you this way. I have been withholding information, as you have very well gleaned.
I'm shocked.
I know.
Oh, you can read my mind. You know I'm bloody not.
I know. Your name fits.
It'll fit in you in a minute.
He waves a hand, and you swear you can see, like, the cheeks get a little bit more red for a moment as you say that.
James knows dragons. You're awfully confident.
Yeah. No, I wasn't expecting to get quite so forward with all this up in here. Perhaps I should be handing you this. And he turns around his hand, and as he does, this ruby attached to a chain appears. His fingertips, like between two claws. He just says, "Now you're gonna want to be careful with this. It's a little warm to the touch." He just kind of sets it on the table. Out there's the burning heart. You're gonna need it if you're planning on not killing a dragon. If you're just wanting to knock him out for an extended period of time. To the effect of him basically losing everything he's got, set him back to zero, make him have to work again for everything he has. That sort of thing. Maybe even take his soul. If you get a jaw gun, do what you want to do with it. That'll be helpful for you, but you're going to have to knock him around a little bit to kind of get him used to his new bearings. You're going to use that. He kind of taps it across the table and tumbles a little bit, dragging the gold chain across with it. Now, something that may be helpful to you all whenever it comes to fighting this guy, Keelong, this dragon, is that he is more deadly than most red dragons, even though he is younger than the most ancient. He is not fully grown. He is an adult, but he is not as old as some of the others there up on that mountain. That said, he compensates by having learned how to control the smoke around him a little bit more fluidly than others have ever conceived. You see, he's got a bit of a nickname amongst the other dragons known as just the Smoke Show, and it's because he literally will make a copy of himself using his smoke and will make sure to bake you all alive. Unfortunately, due to his age and his inexperience with his fiery glands inside of his throat, it is not a pure cone of fire as would be usual with other dragons of his kind. It is a simple line. Therefore, he has compensated by figuring out how to burn the smoke around him as if he were in those positions. Multiple beams of fire at the same time. It's not an easy feat. I don't know how often he can do it, but I don't know how easy it is for him to do it. Getting him out in the cold, open air isn't going to help you much more than isn't going to help you a whole lot more than it would if you were to have him in his lair. Those dragons up top are also not like the old the dragons of old. They all burrow. They don't fly so often as they should. They all, dig into the stone around them, really kind of control their environment masterfully. He has figured out how to... Well, his lair is full of lava, so good luck with that, I guess, if you're going to go down into his lair. His eggs, which, by the way, Miss Bennett, he doesn't have eggs. That's what the kids are for. He's making eggs out of the kids. It's more than a rumor to it, too. I paid off one of his little buddies that he has run around those clutches. I paid one of them off, and, well, we had a nice dinner before he expired, but he had a lot of interesting things to say about that process. You're going to find a room down underneath that mountain somewhere inside his lair that's full of machinery that will take a person in, burn them down into a crisp until there's nothing but a small pile of burning meat left, and will pump his own blood into the machine to reformat the biological matter that is left.
Great, Dragon's got a 3D printer.
Which is why, by the way, Madam Bennett, it was so easy for you to subdue the two that you did in that hallway. They're not as stout. Most of them can't hold their form that way for extended periods of time, so he does what he has to. That said, he's also figured out how to change their color, so he's got a few of them running around in other clutches, keeping tabs on everybody else, making all the right money moves. That's why his casino is the flashiest of them all up top. You're muted.
He said that in character.
Sorry, I'm trying to think how to phrase this perfectly. What does he have against the undead? And not in the sense of like what weapons does he have, but like what is this red dragon like? Thinking about the bullets in mind.
Oh, those. Now that's an invention of my own that I sold to him. It is a patent that allows him to, do what he needs to do to get in and out of the hospitals. These. That's all they're there.
Just
this guy's gonna die too.
Bristling.
Yep.
She is just bristling. Okay.
Is everything okay? I feel like I felt something.
I felt a disturbance in the force.
Uh-huh.
See, Harold, this is where if I had Regani's flames right now, let me tell you.
Nothing.
Unfortunately, he's immune to fire.
Let me tell you about this here.
It's a different fire.
Let me tell you about this here. That patent. It's only one of a handful. Would you like the one that goes against the whole hill?
All like, is he saying all the dragons?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would.
Very well. And he snaps, and there's another like folded up piece of paper in an envelope that just slides down in front of Pip. You'll find everything you need to synthesize your own anti-dragon draconic crystalline shells right there. Now, I'm going to tell you this much right now. The materials are quite costly and fairly rare. You're not going to be able to find a whole lot of what you're looking for. But you might be able to get a handful of them. Why, Miss Bennett, you look upset. Have I done something to offend you?
I think you're disgusting.
You wouldn't be the first, dear.
Did he just send us an STL file of the of this bullet?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's more like a soup recipe.
Yeah, it's more like a recipe, but you know.
Here's how to make Jello shots. Get the alginate warm, but not too warm. Well, that's all quite very helpful.
Your friend outside, dear Wilhelm. I was patient because I understand his predicament. Tell him if I see him again, I'll apologize for losing my temper. I apologize to you for losing it as well. Having him around me kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, you know what I mean?
Pussy! I'm just kidding.
It's fucking right. It's fucking... fucking Solard walk in there and just... Oh, God. All the 9 lords of hell shake.
I cast fireball. I cast fireball. I cast fireball. I cast fireball.
Radiant consumption. Radiant consumption.
Wilhelm gets down to 1 HP. He's like, all right, Regani, it's up to
Triple
you now.
smite.
Fuck this guy up. I don't care anymore. Well, that was
Do you have any more of that lasagna, son? They're just...
This motherfucker just carb loading too. Ugh.
Yep.
He's like 12 feet. Feels like 12 feet tall, of course.
Well, if that's
Or
all,
stomach,
then,
that is.
I think we'll be going now, and I hope you do.
Oh, you don't want to stay for dinner? Get to know each other a little better. I can tell you stories about things you wouldn't believe.
I don't care.
No, you don't care about my connection with your friend, your blue friend's family over here either?
Harold just doesn't respond. He
Trying
honestly,
to give a blank
he's not
face.
even. He's not even surprised. He's not even the least bit shocked.
I
His
hate
family's
him
all,
so
they're all
much.
pieces of shit. So like,
Well,
he's-
good news, everyone. He is trapped in a lich's phylactery, just like the rest of us. Piece of shit.
He's not hot anymore. I take it back.
Good news, everyone.
He's not.
We're all trapped in a lich's phylactery.
Good. If we all die, this whole thing's coming down. He's going to burn in righteous fire, anyways. Fuck him.
Now then, if that's the case, well, you can stick
Harold
around
just
and
added
have-
his own family to the list, so it's fine.
Fine.
If you want to have food, have some food. If you want to drink, we can have a drink. If you want to get out of here, we can get out of here.
Yeah, Harold doesn't say a word. He just starts walking away.
Yep.
That was quite a bit of great information. Thank you very much for your help. If you'd like to leave out the other entrance, I'll get a hold of all them and.
Oh, I'll leave whenever I'm finished here. I've got this place for
It's
the
your
night.
work.
I'm gonna eat lasagna all night long.
It's pretty late.
Fucking
Swear to
have
Christ,
not
if
Jabba
anything
the
happens
Hutt.
to Larry.
It's only 8 o'clock. What are you talking about? It's pretty late, son.
I paid for the buffet, and I'm gonna get my buffet.
Damn straight. I'm glad you understand where I'm at. I've been working on this place. I've been sitting on a chair for fucking 2 weeks all alone. They didn't bring me no food. I
They don't
need
call
something.
this the Golden Corral for no reason.
So we've been going as the Golden Corral this whole time. It actually
it's
makes a lot
worse.
of sense.
It's worse. It's Perkins Cafeteria.
Oh god,
man.
It's a Shoney's. It's just a Shoney's.
It's a fucking Chinatown buffet.
Oh no!
He's just sitting there eating chicken on a
Quick, they
stick.
got more crab legs. Go.
Like the Four Seasons at
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Larry's is a nice establishment, okay?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, Chuck, I want to be very clear with you. As someone who was in the restaurant industry for his entire life, there is not a single place on planet Earth that sells triangular mozzarella pieces that you can put in the same sentence as "it's a nice place." I just want to be clear. There's not one on Earth.
Get in the comments.
Comments.
Okay. It's a decent place.
Oh my god. Oh,
Acceptable.
Lord.
Slightly better than the tubular ones. You know what I mean? It's like a step up.
Yes.
They put a little effort into it, you know.
All
But
right.
Copper's gonna wait until Pip walks out and then follow him.
I'm literally gonna walk out with you.
Okay.
there's after what Pip went through, there's no way to stay alone with him.
Right.
Larry, you good?
Wilhelm, yeah.
You need company? You have my
he's
room.
fine. It's
Give
gonna
me-
be fine.
Give me coffee, you need to come back, Larry's fine. James? Do you have a way to contact us? Can I have a rune in case we have any questions that might be pertinent?
Indeed I do. We'll talk soon, son.
Stand there awkwardly.
Once we are out of earshot, I'm gonna like lock eyes with Wilhelm and say we don't have to kill this dragon, but we do need to kill him.
Before you even say it, like, Wilhelm looks guilty outside and says, "Listen, everyone, I understand that, like, it's a little much. I have, this angelic light inside of me that just hates these types of things.
And
it goes
both
back,
Harold
it's
and Veda are
thousands. It's like millions of years of. So if it comes off as potentially, I mean, maybe he was a really nice guy, and I misjudged him.
No, you're dead on, friend.
Yeah.
I mean, at this
we'll
point,
kinda like
I heard everything. I'm
God.
psychic.
It's not how telepathy works.
Awful.
And Harold takes out a small
Yes,
notebook
on the list.
and writes down the ember whatever.
It's a burning heart.
No. The burning heart is the item. The ember.
The fulgent ember.
The fulgent ember.
Mhm.
The crystal vapor. James, and then proceeds to list all of his living family members except for his sister.
And
Just on a piece of paper.
If only we knew his true name, huh?
Pip will go ahead and put the burning heart around his neck.
Jesus, Pip, it's like the ring of Sauron, okay?
We got fucking Simp Dop
and
over
we can't
here.
carry you to the mountain because you have poisonous skin.
He's just a little Mac. He's just a little baby Mac, right? And he's just gonna do what a Mac does. You can hang around with Wilhelm all he wants and learn his lesson.
Definitely not a little Mac.
Yeah.
There is a key difference.
Look at Sly. Like, Pip knows something none of us know.
Pip and Copper will walk on out.
Stepping back out into the street, the door locks behind you all. Where are we going this late at night?
Home.
All right, y'all.
As we're
Gotta work on
walking
killing the
back
track.
towards as we're walking back towards the brownstone, the chain comes off the pocket watch and gets dropped in the sewer grate.
Does you need that?
What else? What else did we learn?
We know how to fight the dragon.
Yeah. Well, he's super special. He's a real pain in the butt. He doesn't fly.
Well, that is helpful.
Yep. They dig really, really fast. And he makes a copy of himself that can shoot fire from multiple directions.
Or do they call him something cool like the Twin Flame? Or...
Nope.
No.
Nope.
It's a shame. Missed
Seems
opportunity.
like a waste of potential, yeah.
I'm beginning to think that only James calls him the Smoke Show.
Also,
Awful.
Lair
It's an awful
definitely,
name.
definitely a bad
Truly
idea.
terrible. Also,
Lair.
he did I
feel like there's a very
said something
obvious
in haste, and
I feel like there's a very obvious double dragon reference anyone could have made. It just wasn't there. It just wasn't even utilized. We went with Smoke Show.
I'm not gonna give you that joy, okay? No.
Also, the lair, bad idea. It's full of lava. Not great for my skin.
Obvious. Never fight a dragon in its lair.
Right.
Simple.
Yeah, we weren't really planning on it. That just confirms that. We also know for sure that they are taking kids and other kobolds, and what they're doing with them.
Oh, and remember those bullets that are designed specifically to hurt Vader?
Yes.
Oh, he made those.
Wilhelm turns right around.
Nope.
What?
just grab it on.
Yeah, it's like Veda and Harold both shoulder check Wilhelm and lift him up slightly and keep bringing him with us.
Do you guys have the strength for that?
I don't know that you do. I don't know that you do.
Harold has an 11.
I have a 14.
It's not like he's
I have a
weak.
14.
That's
all right.
fair. That's fair.
So yeah, Veda.
Baby biceps, okay.
We're actually equal strength.
So with Harold pushing it over the edge, you know.
Yeah.
Wilhelm's also not like kicking and screaming. You go back to the door. You're just, man on a mission.
I am gonna have to put some aloe on that shoulder later, but
Also though, we do have several recipes for the same kind of thing against the mountaintop people too.
Yeah, well, I don't know that I would feel good utilizing it, would you?
A bullet that will help me live against a creature 12 times my size.
Give them to Harold, see if he can.
I feel super awesome about using them.
Pip, I think you're stronger than you're giving yourself credit for.
And actually, everyone will have noticed, Pip usually kind of walked in like a semi-crouch, ready, everything like that. Pip is walking like straight, confident. His demeanor has changed just a teensy bit.
As far as I know, the plan is simple for when we face down Keelong. Everyone will be prepared for the obvious, the fire. That will be the worst part.
We should have inside checked James.
We tried in the past in like a 25.
Dragons,
he lied. He's lying.
Dragons are also known to have, as we have seen, other magic up
I
their.
remember these things.
Other magics up their sleeve, which is where Harold will be in charge of keeping that at bay. Exactly.
Yep.
I will take the brunt of the physical damage. And the rest of you will just burn him down.
If they dig super fast, you might not have a choice.
I'm working on something to take care of that.
Okay. And then we give Mac anti-key long bullets. Why would you give away just a free advantage like that?
Pip, are you capable of making those on your own?
Let me check. I'll take a look.
So material wise, roll a Are you proficient in alchemy tools today?
Sorry, I wrote it down 1 second. No herbalism today. I mean, for now, but...
I was say you can swap it if you want to.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I can also swap mine. God damn it.
Yeah.
This
How
whole
can you
time.
swap yours?
Vidalkin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. People look at it and be like, I haven't... It's been a little bit, but like, I could probably, like, whip it up. Just give me some time. You know, I've got some friends that can help and quick learner.
I'll if we still have any of the voice chat, I'll cut off to Veda and say I will only help him make those if you're okay with that.
I'd rather you find something more useful for them. If they can be used against dragons, this dragon, they can also be used against things that maybe don't deserve to die.
What?
Speaking of which, we really need to make some better friends. Like maybe a platinum dragon, gold, silver. How about anything? Yeah.
Are they just as
I was
scary as
going
these
to
ones?
suggest we go see one of the ones in the
Yep.
in the Shaded Lilies.
Do we have dragons in the Shaded Lilies?
There's one.
Not.
There's
one related.
Dragonborn.
There's one related to the Shaded Lilies.
The one that's created
they have an agreement.
The one that created the
controls
magic
everything.
that exists on the tunnels. I just think they'd be interested to know that, hey, here's what the chromatics
what's
are up
going
to.
down.
And, oh, by the way, a devil is going to be taking over.
You guys would all know that the chromatics own casinos. The metallics own, like, luxurious... What's the word?
The rest of Kasmar.
No, like the top of the mountain. I can't think of what, like the
Resorts.
like a resorts. Thank you.
Ski
Yeah,
slopes.
ski resorts, like very nice resorts up top.
Okay.
Luxury.
Mm-hmm.
They own luxury.
To be perfectly honest, I'm certain it's one of those things where Kasmar has twisted them and turned them to beings that are no longer live up to their nature.
Cool. Okay, so all faith lost immediately. Great.
Yeah, I mean, my
I wouldn't say immediately.
my
so
fucking
much
angel
as
buddy
over
is
the
not
last
much help,
several
is he?
years. Yeah.
You lost your accent there, Wilhelm.
Because I didn't want you to
So
think I was
angry.
saying it in character.
That's called intentional.
Well, you know,
Wilhelm would never say fuck. I would never fucking say fuck.
Not once.
this has been so much fun, but I think that's where we're going
Has it?
to call it for the night.
Has it been so much fun?
It
It's
has
been great.
a great time, and you can't tell me otherwise. Thank you guys so much for joining
I certainly
us.
can.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for A Sinner's Dream tonight. Tonight has been a blast for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. One last thing before we go, make sure that you get your elf eggs in while I, kind of plug some things, because we didn't really plug them up front all together. Like,
What? Oh, excuse me, sir. I did a great monologue.
I'm pretty sure she
for
did just
Foundry
as well as you
Forge.
do half the time.
I thought it was better.
Foundry-VTT. Go check them out. Best VTT out there. Forge is the best place you're going to want to host it from, so that way people don't have to worry about connecting to you. Great for international games with 200 nodes across the world.
See, Adelaide, for example, it's Foundry, and then Forge-VTT, like Forge-VTT. So it kind of
Technically,
It's also Foundry VTT.
Yeah, I was going to say, technically it's Foundry VTT all one word.
Yes.
I'm gonna jump off a cliff. I'm going to jump off a cliff.
The more orchestral stuff that I had playing at one point tonight is from our friends over
Orgasmic.
at Midnight.
Actually, Chuck, it's orchestraic. I've been fucking with you the whole time.
Orchestral.
Dylan, roll a d20 so we can get out of here.
1.
Top of the list.
That's effective.
So,
Critical roll.
That would be going to Glitter Explosion, and now it's time for some D&D. And that's where we'll be headed.
There you go.
Be sure
Spend
to
your all
check out
things.
our other shows
Oh,
here
yeah.
on Neg 2. Thursday night is Plastic Cougar. That is our Punk Therabin space scum and villainy game that Souls Rolls runs for us here on this channel. Check out Sunday night where JD and I swap seats, and I am a player that he literally handed me my own coffin for last night. And of course, if you don't want to check
the
those out,
fucking hint.
Actually, that wasn't the DM. That was all of the other player characters decided to do that.
honestly though, fuck. We'll see you next week. Here.
Toodaloo!